if we're doing mugshots.
I was just assuming these were all names for monkey.
All right, I've gone live, so go ahead and continue to talk about monkey anus.
You're the one actually talking about monkey anuses.
If Sirius Black is the name for an anus, it's one that needs to be seen by a proctologist immediately, because that is Sirius Black, and that is not healthy.
Can we just generally come up with a bunch of actor names and character names that would be hilarious names for anuses? Is that
Michael K. We already?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I hate to steal directly from Letterkenny on this one, but Alanis Morissette.
God.
Yeah.
The wrestling segment was epic for Letterkenny.
Welcome to political roles. We're adults and professionals here.
We are totes.
Consummate professionals.
Yes.
Completely. So professional.
I love the new layout that we got going on.
Yeah. Because we're all so. Oh, hello everyone.
Oh my God, are we live?
We are live.
Oh,
We're
wow.
into month 17 of quarantine. Time and space is lost all meaning.
What day is it? I've had no one but Pickerick to talk to. Where are all of my friends?
It's January. January.
Listen, I just remember the lousy Smarch weather, and then I don't remember much of anything else. That this thing hit in the 13th day of the 13th hour of the 13th month, and
is that a blues album?
What's that?
Sounds like the title of a blues album. The 13th hour. Sorry.
I have a calendar in my office at Southeast Psych. I never got to see April.
Adam, you went to the office. Is there a calendar there?
We don't bother with calendars.
We don't bother.
We like to live in the moment.
Days already blend together already.
This also explains how we can never get anything done on time.
We're moving so fast.
Yeah.
Hey, every now and then being in the moment works for you.
Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast.
What?
We are Sonic the Hedgehog, apparently.
Or must go faster.
Yeah. Now we're Jeff Goldblum. That's how fast we move.
Always be Jeff Goldblum if you can. These are rules for life. And as we know, life finds a way.
There's actually one of the game stores around here. I have now encouraged the owner. She had on her shelf a gift from a friend that was so luxurious. I begged her. I was like, "Can you make one of those for me?" And she is going to start making them Jeff Goldblum votive candles.
Votive candles. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
It's going to be pretty great.
Jack, one of your friends made this.
Oh, yes. Tori Borealis Pictures and Goods.
My hand-carved dragon wand.
I like you had it right there.
Oh,
I know.
I still use this in my Game to Grow groups. This is I use this several times a week. And I literally, every time I say, this, my magic wand, hand-carved in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Yes, they do custom orders. They're one of the biggest ones I saw them do is they did an Alice in Wonderland themed wand that was absolutely gorgeous. So they do.
Cool.
I can hook you all up with a friends and family discount if you want.
I'm interested in talking about an Alice in Wonderland wand.
I still really want to go to Harry Potter Land someday.
Yes. I want to go
very cool.
without my children.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go with my children also, but I really want to go without my children.
Yeah.
Like,
I love my children.
You can really enjoy the butterbeer.
Yeah.
The butterbeer is so good.
I picked up that wand at Steve Against Fear 2015.
Yes.
Seems like only yesterday.
It still like amazes me what it's 2020 and Dr. B and I just finished up a training with Leyline, and I was going through our slides, and I saw like a note I had put in there, and it was from 2018. I'm like, oh, we really have been designing this thing for a while.
No, we've been doing that for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was in the year 2 BC before Corona, and
What is wrong with you?
today. I mean,
Well, we can start there, and the conversation will go organically from there. to go organically from there.
I was born in the year 38 BC, much like Julius Caesar before me. Except he didn't live that long. Never mind.
Yes.
History.
Jack,
I am history. I don't need to know history.
Jack, I heard you got your hands on a copy of the Ghostbusters RPG.
Oh yes, I was very dismayed, but then very woohoo. The very next day, I was in an auction for a lot of very very old role playing games, which included the Ghostbusters RPG, original Marvel TSR, the DC Heroes, like all box set games. Yeah, I was in for a while for like 200. Got sniped at the last minute, and the bid had gone up at that point to 428. So I may have dodged a bullet there, because the very next night there was another auction for another box set of the original Ghostbusters, which is the first role-playing game I ever played. And I still run it at Save Against Fear every year, and I still run it at cons. So thankfully a friend of mine went in, and I scored it for 176.
Nice.
For that, but it's a 33-year-old role-playing game that has been out of print forever. And the Ghost Eye, which sorry if I'm taking too much game time from this here. The Ghost Eye that you will see here actually has the full Ghostbusters logo pip.
I love it.
These alone go for like 125, 150 online just for this one die, because they're that rare. So
Wow.
yeah.
Let me just say, my birthday's coming up in December, and I would love for you to run a game for me.
Can I just say, Adam ain't afraid of no ghost.
Yeah.
I can do you one better. I'm going to start running Wednesday sessions of Ghostbusters RPG. I'm going to be putting up some links pretty soon so folks can learn the game. So
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
hold-
dear. We have a son of a. Sorry, I was saying hi to chat people.
Well, then we should say hi to
Hey,
him.
Should have.
yeah.
Hi, Chat. How's it going?
Yeah, we got
How y'all doing?
I got no idea.
All right.
Hello, everyone. Sorry, it's a weird time. It's like, yeah, I had a birthday a couple weeks ago, and just it's weird. It's like, oh, birthday where you don't go out and leave the house.
Yeah. Did you have a
Well-
cake?
Yes,
Good.
was
That's
able
all
to
you
have a
need,
cake.
really.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Jack's conversation got me thinking. What was the first RPG you all played? Because now I realize I need to get my hands on a contemporary copy of the first RPG I played.
Which was?
West End Games First Edition Star Wars.
Whoa.
Do you want an original? Because they did do a reissue of the Star Wars
I
Wedge.
saw the reissue. I'm gonna search for an original copy.
I think I might be able to find you one.
My first game was second edition Dungeons and Dragons, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and I still have the books.
Nice.
Yes.
And they have my handwriting in them from when I was 10.
Mhm.
And like all the I still have some of my old character sheets too.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah, I think Advanced Dungeons and Dragons was my first one as well, but I never had the books. My friends had the books. So I don't know. I just wrote characters on loose note paper.
I got these
Which is showing off his
Powell.
collection.
I got these at Powell's Books in Portland.
Gotta love pals.
It's fantastic, and I remember I paced around the store. They're in crap condition. I paced around the store. I saw them, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I kind of want these." I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. And I paced around the store, and I went out and I did what I do. Whatever I do when I make like very strong, financial decisions, is I drink. And Portland has
Portland's
really-
happy to support you in that.
And I went. I think I was. I know that I was with my wife, and we went to bar and like I had a beer and I was like, I don't know. I just feel like I have to. And she was very supportive. And so I went back and I bought them.
Was she at all worried that was like your cadence and your like the timbre?
When I'm having to make tough decisions, I have to talk like this. So I guess what I'm saying is,
I get the gravity of the decision weighs upon your voice box. Is that?
yeah.
It's a little bit Batman.
What are you doing?
These are the books I deserve.
Should I get these or should I not? I think I should. I think it makes sense, considering my vocation.
Have you ever considered buying their first or second edition books?
I don't have the finances to buy those. These are right in front of me. I consider it an impulse.
I can lend you the money, debt man.
All right, a new bit has been born.
Who do you work for? Ace?
What? I work for Wizards of the Coast.
Bank of America? Are you offering me debt? And scene.
Can we just watch this skit? I just want to watch this skit.
I would love to see the conversation between Deadman and Bank of America over there.
It's just Batman and Bane.
Bane.
Batman is a customer at
Yeah,
the
Bane
bookstore.
of America.
Bane of America. There we go.
Yeah,
It's
Anyway, welcome to People Roll. We're stuff.
this is it. This is it.
We're all still super punchy and doing things. So last time, for those who joined us, we had I'm going to call it legendary pull from the Deck of Wonder from Jem Hammer and Sons. And it was amazing. So if you do want to get your own deck at Jem Hammer, because they are hashtag not a sponsor anymore, they are friends of our program. And if you use the coupon code Geeks Like Us, you get 10% off, and they know that you came from us, and so that helps everybody, and they're amazing. So, oh my gosh, it's yeah, they do great stuff, and we're gonna have a fun game tonight. COVID's created this weird world where there doesn't seem to be much going on anymore. I don't know. Does anyone have announcements or other things they want to plug?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For those of you interested in buying dice, Wormwood Games Kickstarter is still going on for dice. And one of the beautiful things is that if you give at the $15 level, you can get a blind box Dr. B6, which will go to support Take This's mental health mission. It's one of 30 different gemstones, and 1 in 100 will be hematite with gold letter numbering. Or so they tell me.
Can you pull some strings for me? Because I want that one.
So do I. I can't pull strings for me to get one of those.
Can you drop a link to the Kickstarter in the
Absolutely, I can, as soon as I find one, because that would have been good to have had ahead of time, wouldn't it?
I think I'm buying. I already backed it, and at a level where I'm buying the white stone, the gold lettering.
Oh, the Howlite.
The Howlite, yeah.
The Howlite is wonderful.
I want to play like a paladin with the Howlite dice.
Nice.
That would be really cool.
Is there a level where you can select the gemstone of your dice?
Not for the Dr. B one.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not for the Dr. B6, but for the other ones you can. They've got specific sets. The fun of the Dr. B6 is that it is a blind pull. And what's going to be real cool about that is I ordered 4. At least I ordered 4 just for me, just so I can roll stats. My mom ordered like 7 because she's my mom. And she's like, oh, you've got dice named after you. Boom. I'm supporting Take This. I'm supporting Wormwood. I'm supporting Level Up Dice in one go. That's my money.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's still going on for, I think, 13 more days.
I think it's 9 more days.
13.
For 9 more days.
Yeah. Didn't we say earlier that COVID has changed?
It's been 20 years since COVID
20
happened.
years. Yeah, it's a strange time. Just another Kickstarter I got told of today, Blacklist Miniatures It's ending in like the next 17 hours, but for $65, you get over 200 minis.
Oh wow.
What are
Yeah.
they? How do they make a profit on that?
It was, I don't know. They hit all their stretch goals.
Can you drop that one in chat?
I'm suspicious.
I don't want to
Yeah, I'll put that one in the chat as well. Because this I'm excited by it. Like I've gotten into mini painting recently, and so it is a fun, relaxing activity, and it's a lot of minis to paint, which seems really awesome.
We do minis sometimes for when we do summer camps and stuff like that. We'll paint minis as part of our groups, and it's surprisingly hard to get like just a giant pack of random minis.
Well, there you
it's
go.
actually really different.
Now you got a
This-
Kickstarter.
And this is a very awesome variety of minis that there's a lot of variety. And as I said earlier before we started the show, there are some celebrity designers. Isaac Childress of Gloomhaven fame designed a bunch of the minis that are in the stretch goals that, I mean, the unlocking of the stretch goals has been just mind bending.
They're almost at 1 million, and given that a lot of Kickstarters, I know this from personal experience, get a lot of funding in the last minute as they get that last burst of people. I'll bet they'll break 1 million, which is pretty exciting.
That is pretty exciting.
My desire to be a part of a movement is why I have a coolest cooler.
Adam has kickstarted on a lot of Kickstarter.
No, I'm recovered. I kickstarted. I
said has. You should.
I used to kickstart. My friends who were also on Kickstarter would get notifications every time I kickstarted something, and they would be like, "Adam, stop."
No problem. We were going to host an intervention, and we kickstarted a project for it, but they haven't delivered yet. So it's coming. That intervention for Adam is going to happen once the Kickstarter comes in.
Still in development.
Yeah,
yeah. They release updates every once in a while, though.
Yeah,
it's good.
I have an announcement. Very shortly, Bodana is going to be sending out notice for our recruitment for our research study for efficacy of role-playing games for social anxiety. So stay tuned to all the different Facebook channels, all the different therapy role-playing channels, just for information on how persons can get involved with that study. So stay tuned for news on that. And I mean, jumping on the things to back or whatever, Kids on Brooms from Renegade Game Studios, the latest in the Kids on or Teens In series, which is basically kind of like Harry Potter. You can pre-order now for $25, and it'll get you a free PDF with the purchase. So it's going to be amazing. So
I love it. I love it.
Cool.
Oh yeah, and next Monday, tune in during this time on this channel because it's going to be I don't even know what to call this game of D&D that's going to happen next week. Our players are going to be Dr. Ryan Kelly of Geeks Like Us. We're going to have Connor from Gemhammer and Sons.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
We're going to have Michael Mellon, the DM. Is going to be playing.
Michael Mellon, yeah.
And Randal Hampton.
Oh Lord.
And we're going to have some sort of mechanic, and there's going to be a random ticker, and when it goes off, we're either pulling from the Deck of Wonder or the Deck of All the Things.
Oh, wow.
Oh, sweet mother of Moradin.
Are you going to play the Michael Mellon song that Ryan Kelly and Adam John performed at PAX?
I think that is going to have to be played.
We don't have a super high quality recording of it, but
just my phone's recording of it at like a 30-foot distance.
Yeah,
not the best, but it's better than nothing. I will see.
Someday I want to re-record in a studio setting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna record my track and then send it to Ryan. He can record his track.
Ryan would make that happen. You know he would.
He would.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
But anyway, let us go ahead and jump back into our game. So
can I make one announcement for?
Of course, sorry.
For Game to Grow, just while we're at it. So Game to Grow in the adaptation for the COVID era where everyone is on their computers, we're doing a lot of webinars now, and we've had a pretty awesome series of webinars that we've done, and they're only getting cooler and cooler. We did one last week that was Michael Moore, one of our facilitators, did one about playing D&D online, and we've got another update part 2 this weekend. But it's a pretty cool new initiative. Elizabeth Kilmer is spearheading a lot of our work we're doing on webinars, and we're pretty excited about them. So if you want to see that, go to gamegrow.org/webinar. Although if you could do that tonight, you'll see last week's webinar, not our next one. But because web admin right here has been derelict duty. But it's pretty exciting. We have one that's coming up this weekend where we'll do a lot of work around what it's like to actually be a game master for kids and teens, in an online setting, and how to do some of that sort of classroom management stuff, but in an online setting. Which is, Megan could probably speak to how hard it is to be a game master in an online setting where your kids are basically 12-year-olds. Your players are.
Adam's taking a reference to us. He's not saying we're all 12-year-olds.
Well, why do you think I feel ready to stream a game where we're just going to break D&D and the plot's just going to go off the rails the second it hits the floor?
Because we regularly break D&D and they go off the rails on our plot.
Yeah.
What? Yep. What? Practice.
We do that.
Yeah.
I'm sure Baeridin doesn't do that.
Speaking of, let's have a potion of wonder.
Well, before we do that,
before the game
let's
starts.
summarize what happened last time. Do we have a volunteer to go first, and then after our volunteer, you pop it to the next player until we have all gone. So you in the corner there.
All right. So here's what Dabney saw, because I'm Dabney now, not Immeral anymore.
You're always Dabney.
Who's
Yeah.
Immeral?
He's
That
a
is
little
successful.
confused about his name. It's
Anyway, so we were surrounded by a lot of fish people, and they had pointy things, and we were breathing underwater because Baeridin got to us, and we could breathe underwater for some reason. And we were taken to this really big grand chamber where there was a woman on a throne who looked like water, but if water was like formed into a person. And I think her name was Salona, and the throne room was filled with like all these different species and people, and there was political intrigue. I do remember that there was political intrigue, and there was a guy named Venrock who was real saucy, and a woman named Nar, and Queen Salona offered both Enkai and me a fish scale. We could be beholden to her. We can make a pact for water powers, which is really good for Enkai and really good for me because elements and all of that. Then a witch. We saw a witch as well. Okay, I don't remember where she came from, but she was there. All right, and she told us that the Star Child isn't actually two people. One is fake, one is real. And for some reason, I was able to read Gragnold's language that he made up.
that was from a long time ago.
Well,
You
I
made
didn't
the
remember I could read
language
his
with him.
language.
You made it with me.
And I made it with him, which is why I could read it. And
Right.
yeah, that's right. And Narren, we
Stronger
left the throne room and we went to the ship. We went back to the ship. And Narren, the obnoxious woman who just ignores the rest of us and looks at the stars, tells us that the solstice of winter is when the convergence occurs. The convergence being like the incursion of the demons onto this plane because the stars are aligning and the planes are all that, and it's going to be a big, spiky thing with wailing and gnashing of teeth.
Whaling?
Yes, wailing.
I don't think we should. I think that's bad for the whales.
Look at the bones!
They're stunned!
That whale's dynamite.
Excellent. Who's it going to next?
I think I would love to hear Baeridin's perspective on this.
Well, I think that we were mostly underwater and we were hanging out. And I don't remember if we were underwater for this, but I was swimming towards people. And they were like, oh, we're in a big chamber. We're all talking to each other. And they were having a great time, and there were lots of snacks. And the best snacks were probably the green pate, and there was it was sort of like a chewy gummy thing. It was real salty, but I liked it. And then there was another snack, and then somebody had like this great sauce. It was really, really delicious, and we took a bunch with us.
Or sauce, Baird.
And I think that's it. Oh no! Wait! We talked to a queen lady, and she seemed very nice but real pushy. And then we left, and she said, "You gotta go," and so we did. And then we left the underwater. We were underwater. That's right, because I was swimming most of that. And then we wound up back on the ship, and then we're sailing back on the ship, and everybody was having a great time.
Do you remember your friend, the hot dog vendor?
Clamshell guy,
yeah. Oh, he was great. His name was
Clamshell guy,
yeah. I think that was his name.
Clamshell guy.
Clamshell guy, yeah.
So
he was great. I will remember him always.
I will say to build on what
Yeah, I'll pass it to you, Gragnold. Go for it.
So I would like to dedicate this recap to my new best friend, Clam.
Shell guy?
Yeah. And sweet and sour sauce.
Am I not your best friend, Gragnold?
No. You're my brother.
Oh, okay.
It's a separate category. If you had as much sweet and sour sauce as Clam had, you might also be my best friend.
Ooh, I could be both.
You could be both. However,
fire.
Clamshell guy. Here he is. Clamshell guy. He appreciates a tight arm around the neck. Like this.
Is his middle name Harvey?
And wonder about that.
He's got the best snacks.
He does have the best. Thank you, Clam. You can go away. So, what I think, my biggest takeaway from last time we adventured was that Clam disappeared at random intervals and came back with more snacks. And
good summary.
That is a teammate worth having. I guess, Baron, it's your turn.
Okay, then. Surely we one day will come to decipher the mystery of clamshell guys and the bizarre magic that makes food reappear from another room that people enter and come back out of.
How does he do it?
We may never know. But I was a bit disheartened at the, some may say, politics of favors done for more than just the sake of helping another, but favors done for the sake of serving one's own agenda. It was a bit disheartening to find that out of the Undersea Kingdom, but as a friend of Enkai's, I hope it leads her to more discovery of her past as we continue on the adventure. And my heart still longs for home, but another part of it is with my family here. So we continue our journey and wish to discover what else we will find.
Yeah, we met Queen Salona. I think it was a little disappointing. Her answers were not that great. She told Enkai that Zinquidi was basically not a very good djinn, and he got captured, and now he is in a soulstone with Shelly, which is kind of a lost cause because Shelly is a dragon turtle who's super powerful, and also Enkai knows from being there before there's lots of treasure down there, so the odds of finding that are like none. So I think Enkai was a little disappointed with that. We went back to the boat with a waiter. Baeridin and Gragnold were really insistent on bringing the waiter back with us. I'm not really sure what that was about. And now we are traveling at extra fast speed towards Baron's hometown, because the Queen Salona did say that she wanted to make some kind of deal with us. And as a gesture of good faith, I suppose, she is speeding up our journey. And in return, we have to give her information. And I'm pretty sure Venrock is with us, maybe? Or they're just...
No, they're going to check in with you.
They're going to check in. Okay.
Don't like him.
Yes, Gragnold didn't like him, but...
I like him just fine.
You do.
I agree with
He's so
Gragnold.
nice.
He's not to be trusted. Slimier than the eels that swam around us.
That's a simile.
Yeah, they were kind of the same.
I ask you to smile all the time.
So,
Yeah.
as you all have arrived back on the ship, Clamshell Guy has taken up his new duties, and he's actually working with Tube in the kitchen.
Does he
Find out he
understand
doesn't-
anything the chef says?
Not a thing.
He's not.
Not at all.
Can we just call him Shelly?
Yeah.
That would be confusing.
That is.
No,
that
we
was-
already have a
that was
Shelly.
Wait, who's a Shelly?
The turtle.
Oh!
Yeah.
Can we call him
he's got-
Shelly too?
We can call him Clammy.
Clammy.
Well, it do
Well,
make sense.
If he's Shelly too, that makes him a bivalve.
Yeah, I thought you meant Shelley too, as in Shelley also. Did I
No.
misunderstand? He has a name already. It's Clam. Clam
Clam.
Shell Guy.
Oh,
Clam
Mr.
Shell
Shell Guy. All right.
Yeah. And
Shell Guy.
Shogai.
Gotta put the emphasis on the right syllable.
Mr. Shelly.
Shell Guy.
I kind of like Shell Guy. You know, I have this idea. You know, there's these races that they would do underwater where they would run around, and sometimes people like to throw projectiles at each other to stop up the race. And I have designed this shell. I haven't quite perfected it yet. It's blue and it's spiky, and it's supposed to go after the person in first.
No!
Oh.
No!
That's
No!
that sounds barbaric.
Listen, Clam. We didn't bring you on board to talk and give ideas.
Our red and our green shells are good enough.
Wait, hold on, Mr. Shell Guy.
Yeah.
This blue spiky shell that you've designed, it only goes after the one in front?
That's the hope. Right now, it sometimes goes just towards the front. Perfecting the magic of it, but I don't know how it's going to fly through the air. I've never tested it underwater.
In fairness, our party is quite partial to intelligent weapons.
He's talking about me.
Yes, I am.
I don't think he is.
Well, no, you have an intelligent weapon.
Yep.
You're an intelligent person with an
Pretty
intelligent weapon.
weapon.
I think that's
I
opposite.
take that back.
It's my mistake.
Yeah.
I'll say, Dabby, you get this sense, again, not from you, but from somewhere of a facepalm.
This is mystically. A mystic facepalm.
So, Enkai,
Yes.
so is this a rescue mission?
Was this a rescue mission? We're headed.
What we're doing now?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think that we are leaving now, aren't we? And we're heading towards Baron's destination. It is futile to try and go anywhere near Shelley. We're not nearly powerful enough. We will all be decimated.
What if we offer up Clamshell Guy?
Well,
We're not going to offer up.
Serve Shelley food.
He's my new friend.
To serve Shelley food.
I don't think Shelly needs food. I think Shelly needs recognition and respect. Like
Oh, what if we make a little trophy for Shelley?
I think that sounds like we're on the right.
Even if we could distract Shelley, think of like Cave of Wonders in Aladdin. There is so much treasure down there. What I'm actually looking for The odds of finding it, it would just have to be luck.
I'm mostly
what you're
wondering
saying
about
is-
your friend.
What you're saying is that we were going to wind up with so much treasure that we're not going to know what to do with it.
No, if we're not destroyed by Shelley, I'm
I'd
not
say
sure.
that's a good problem to have.
I'm definitely in a hurry to get back home. That I will not lie about.
Is your friend in a hurry?
That's what I was
Okay.
wondering about. Are you just going to leave him behind?
So I have a question for you all. Do you remember how we talked about this 5 minutes ago, where when we came back up on the ship, where the planes were going to converge, and there was going to be a giant onslaught of demons and devils, and wailing and gnashing of teeth, and not the wailing with the harpoons, but the wailing with the tridents and the rivers of blood and hell.
This sounds very familiar.
Well,
both kinds.
How does going to help or fight or whatever, Shelley, not Shell Guy, Shelley, help us prevent destruction of the world?
Well, it would give us a gin, wouldn't it?
So did
But that's not the
Mr.
point.
Stevenson down the street from the orphanage. He made it in his bathtub.
Actually, I was going to agree with Enkai about the fact that he may be a powerful ally.
Oh, I get it. That's
There we go.
I don't get it.
Homo-
You made a bathtub genie?
Gin is
If you drink enough of it, you'll see plenty of things.
homophone. Drink this.
Sick homophone.
It's a homophone.
If you're comfortable,
I don't understand now. Who are we
Leaving.
calling now?
Homophone is a word that means the same thing as another word, but it sounds the same.
Is Gragnold getting smarter?
I have a good
it's hard to
friend.
tell. He may be waterlogged, and it's like a reversal.
You're doing very well, Gragnold. You've paid very close attention.
Thank you, John.
In any case, regardless of where the gin was made, how is this gin going to help us save the world? Can't believe I said that out loud.
Save the cheerleader, save the world.
So we need a cheerleader.
That was such a good show.
I don't know what any of you people are talking about.
A cheerleader is like a lady or a guy that's like, oh, I think you're
understood the
awesome.
words
No.
individually.
Listen.
It's like, they go and they cheer.
Enkai,
Focus.
it's
Snapping
your,
in front of Gragnold.
it's your friend.
No, Baeridin and Gragnold. Focus.
So you may do what you wish, and as I've said before, I will follow what it is that you feel is in your best interest. But you've come all this distance to find this out. Are you sure? And bear in mind, I want to get home as fast, probably faster than most of you realize. No offense. But I want to make sure that while you're making everybody else's dreams come true, you're also doing the same for yourself. Sacrifice is okay, but not at complete expense to yourself. So is this really what you want? Or do you fear that you've been pushed by that queen? Well, I appreciate her help. Perhaps you've been manipulated away from your destiny? I'm just suggesting that you give it some thought. That's all.
That is very kind of you, Baron. But I think I have to let this one.
As you wish.
And something just to keep in mind out of character for you all, once you have access, or specifically once Baeridin and Enkai have access to 6th level spells, the world opens up to you all.
What does that mean?
I'm actually
you-
asking myself as well.
Yeah. There is a spell called Transport via Plants. You basically open up a link, a more stable wormhole between two trees. And you can get from one end of the planet to the other.
So it's like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes.
Ah, nice. What's this? What's this? There's color everywhere.
There's color everywhere.
I want to be clear that it's recognized that Enkai realizes that Baron is being very kind. And Daphne, with the fire and the brimstone and the demons, you can always just take the fish scale. You wanted to make a pact with Solana. There's always that.
I'm less concerned about the pact. I'm more concerned about the world that will not exist.
Wow. This, I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see and ask Narren. I mean, we have no plan. We don't even know what's going to happen.
Yeah, besides, what are we supposed to do to prepare for that?
Yeah. Really?
You know what? That's a good idea. We should ask Narren. Hey, Narren!
Yes, Daddy.
You actually remember my name. Okay, we're improving.
You arrived quickly.
People skills are much improving. Thank you.
I think, Dabney, I think everyone everywhere knows you as Dabney.
That's not the point.
Dabney's a fitting name for him. Yes.
Narren.
Yes.
We have this journal.
Yes.
These notes that were written for us by a wizard in Windhold, or a wizard student who was very sullen. Have you taken a look through this yet?
Of course.
Okay. What can you tell us about these notes vis-a-vis the convergence of the planes and the destruction of the world, and how we might prevent it?
So you're wanting me to take a graduate student's rough notes and figure out a way to podge them together with all the celestial work I do?
Well, I mean, if you're not up to it, if you're incapable of doing it.
What I can tell you is the planets that are going to be aligning and the planes that they tie to the abyss, which is written about extensively in these, at least the creatures that exist in the abyss, the different demon lords and demon types.
I would like to make a request, if I may. Now, I would like you to pretend you're not talking to graduate level students and you're talking to people who don't necessarily understand this stuff.
Like me.
Why would I do that?
Like him.
Because
there are times when people need to know important things regardless of their level of education. And I need you to break it down so that Gragnold here can understand what you're trying to say. And how does this have to do with the purple rot that we found in the Underdark?
I have less than average intelligence, but I work hard.
You work incredibly hard.
Right, so you should explain it to me, knowing that I mean well.
And Erin's like, there's like a little bit line of sweat that appears on her forehead as she's kind of pacing around. She's like, all right, so.
Out of character. Lesson for you all. Science communication is a separate skill from being a scientist.
Yep. Oh, and so many research studies have just been coming out recently on the importance of being able to communicate clearly.
And now you know.
She's like, do I need to explain math?
Minimally.
You need to explain the concepts that we all would need to know in order to know what's about to happen, know how to prevent it, and know how all of these things that we've encountered are linked.
That'd be helpful.
She kind of like sits down. She's like, why aren't you all able to put these things together?
Well, I guess we just don't have your skill set, do we?
We're all real dumb.
We don't gather knowledge in the way that you do, so you are superior in having more information. We prefer a more hands-on direct approach rather than a studious approach.
How much have you all shared of your adventures with Narren? Because she wouldn't ask. She doesn't care.
I don't think we have.
No, we haven't, which is why I wanted to. It's time for an info dump because she's the genius here and doesn't understand people, but she understands connections.
We're going to have a near intervention.
Right.
Yes, I would love this near intervention.
You're essentially asking her to do like a conspiracy board, but she doesn't have half of the pictures to put on the conspiracy board.
Well, that makes it more fun.
About it.
Yeah,
Right. Okay. There was an anomaly about 20 years ago. I wasn't able to observe it then, I just started doing my studies on stargazing. I was able to observe some of the ramifications of it afterwards and chart those. Since then, I've been charting things. And then about a little over a year ago, there was another anomaly that happened. Both of them seemed to be centered on the planet that had to do with the abyss.
Are they similar or different anomalies?
Incredibly similar. Too similar to not be connected in some way. It was some sort of... Do you know what comets are?
Gragnold?
I think it's a cleaning product.
So we're going to go with no, Narren.
All right. There are these different projectiles. Those are things that fly through the air.
Smaller word. There you go.
Yep. Things that fly through the air that are way up in space. And they go incredibly fast.
So they're space
And
birds.
Space rocks or ice,
Rocks!
like
Okay.
ice cubes.
Oh, those
Large
are
ice
the
cubes.
Dabney throws at me.
Like the ones Dabney throws at us, very fast.
Certainly.
Much
They
larger.
can be plotted. They can be charted. They follow patterns based upon what's going on. This did not follow such a pattern, and it was a singular instance that somehow seemed to be connected to the planet that we know is tied to the abyss.
Just ask the question. You're
Keep
clearly
going.
burning.
No. Don's been telling me not to interrupt.
So
I was gonna
Narren,
say, I can
That's
chart when
Gragnold.
Dabney's about to throw a stone at Baeridin because he opens his mouth when someone else is talking. And I was about to open my mouth when someone else was talking, and Don told me not to.
Because I don't want to get hit by a comet.
so Narren, there is a comet that's out of place.
No, that's the thing. A comet follows a path. This did not. It collided somehow with the abyss and came to the planet.
So how do we? So and now the abyss is merging with this plane.
No, she takes a moment and she starts drawing basically like the string of planets, with the sun at the center and coming out. And she gets to one. They all follow a pattern. Whatever this anomaly was, knocked this one off its path.
Like
It's
billiard
moving
balls.
Yes. Very good, Dabney. Yes. This is why I let you help me with my equipment.
So the abyss is like another mass, like these comets? Or was it more of like a form?
More like a planet like this, as far as we understand. It's... I haven't yet been able to meet any of the Githyanki to discuss how they travel between the planes, but hoping to one day.
Hold on. Can we back up a little bit here?
Oh,
Yeah, say that again.
I don't know what word you said of who you're trying to meet, but it sounded like a hiccup mixed with you're trying to stifle a dry heave.
yeah.
Bless you.
There's a species known as the Gith. They travel through amongst the stars on ships like this, but that are meant to fly and go beyond this mundane world. It is fascinating. It's utterly... Anyway, this planet that is tied to the abyss is not on its usual path. It's on a path where at the winter solstice, it will be closer to our plane of existence than it should be. It likely will start to be pulled back. This will be the closest it could ever be to us, unless there's another anomaly then.
And what does it
Anomalies are
matter?
not predictable.
What does it matter that it's close to us?
You all just came, you said you were going someplace wet. You went underwater. Where did you travel to?
Underwater land.
The elemental plane, correct?
You could travel to the elemental plane of water because the elemental plane of water is close to us. You left this planet.
How are those different?
That's the thing. With the abyss coming this close, there could be places like what you just went through to get to the abyss, or
Oh my god.
more terrifyingly, for things to come out of the abyss to us.
What type of things are in the abyss?
She holds up the notes.
It's not good, Baron.
Right. So
Demons.
how does that have to do? What does that have to do with the purple glowy thing and the jungle rot with the big brain?
I know nothing about a purple glowy thing and a big brain.
Wait a minute.
All right, who
what?
wants to tell her?
Hold on. On the paper, like when she's like, are there like any illustrations or pictures or anything like that?
Yes, let me send you the link to it again.
Okay.
Is the notes that were sent.
Sorry.
No worries, no worries.
Would that be in roll 20 then?
Oh, that's a smart place where I should put it.
Hey.
I'll find it. I saw a question coming.
So did something cause this?
Seemingly.
And is there any way to stop it?
That I'm not sure of.
So here's what we've encountered over the last several months that have been weird. Maybe it's weird from our perspective, maybe it's not weird from your perspective, but it was weird to us. Like brain glowy map thing, brain glowy rat things in the Underdark, as well as a jungle rot and a big brain that was causing zombies?
You were where when you saw the big brain?
In a jungle temple.
With a two-headed man and a bird person.
I think the word illithid was mentioned.
Illithid. They are the Underdark, yes?
With pentacles.
Yes. And to everybody watching, I did just post the notes, the link to the PDF with all the notes. So, sorry, I didn't study much of other beings. I learned a little bit about the Gith because they sail through the stars, though the Illithid used to as well, if I recall. They talk psychically and have a hive mind, if I recall correctly.
Are we supposed to kill them?
I gotta make an intelligence check for her, because this is something she has not studied, decidedly.
Mostly, I'm trying to figure out whose heads I need to remove from their shoulders.
Well, that's simple. Any demons that would arise, you should definitely behead them.
Perfect.
I mean, in the notes, this discusses several different types of demons and demon classes, so let's run through this and see what we've got. Right?
Are you paying attention? Okay.
Yes, Gragnold, it's all right.
Great. You're gonna remember this. Okay.
All right, so there's the other planes of existence. There's the blood war between the devils and the demons. So, any of you all converge with devils? Talk with the devils at all? Work with them?
On a regular basis.
I've talked to some mean squirrels before.
Yeah.
Those squirrels
Well-
were pretty mean.
I would say
If-
they're devilish.
If the demons are indeed coming here, the devils likely are your greatest ally in all of this.
So we need to make a deal with the devils?
I wouldn't suggest making a deal with them. That could be idiotic, but they're likely wanting to help.
How do we work with them without making a deal with the devils?
I don't know. All right. There's a horned king. Anything with horns running around.
Sometimes
Gragnold has a horn kind of around his neck.
that's true.
That's true. That's very
on
true.
my neck, and Baeridin can turn into things with horns. So I don't think
Mhm.
horns are necessarily something we should use to determine whether we're friends.
All right. Grazit is the Dark Prince. I don't know anything about him, really.
I've been called a Dark Prince once. So,
Zigamonti?
yeah, I've never called that, but I was called a Dark Prince once.
The Queen of Fungi and Rot.
I've never been called that, though.
Oh, we did.
You're definitely fun.
I'm a fun guy, but it's one word, fungi, which means mushroom. Thanks, Don. It's a homophone.
Dawn's starting to make me angry.
No, she's great.
I think
wait,
sounds familiar because we ran into all those people with mushroom heads.
Yep, a wet blanket really solved that problem.
Yeah, but I don't think that those things were out of place. They were quite natural. I think we're looking at something that, quote unquote, doesn't belong.
I think the mushroom things we wrapped wet blankets around really were unnatural, though.
Yeah, they were like zombies.
Yeah, but they were more tainted. It's not like someone brought them there and they didn't belong.
No.
Because remember the ponds that we encountered? They had disease, rot, when there were the bodies at the bottom of them. Remember we had to go down to try and clean out some of the taint that was in the water? And it had been poisoning some of the underground area.
Please tell me I'm not crazy, right? That actually
Nope.
Yeah,
okay.
that did happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, this stuff has been happening.
And then the forest areas that they were also tainted.
I'll say, Baron, make a nature check, and you can take advantage of this.
Okay. All right. I think I'll roll my Cthulhu die. Sorry, getting back to my window here. You said nature, right?
Yep.
17.
17. In your studies and walking through things, it's easier to basically genetically modify something than it is to create something new.
Okay.
Or to twist things that are rather than to create from scratch.
Is it possible that the beings or the things from this abyss, that they have many different forms that they could be used to alter nature? Have you encountered anything like that? Like almost like a disease or like a sickness that could get into things?
Anything's possible.
I had the flu last winter.
No, I meant something from the abyss that could have an impact or an effect upon the purity of nature like that. Is anything in your notes reference that?
I don't go into nature.
Did you become a demon during your flu?
No, that would be ridiculous.
Okay.
One time Baeridin had a flu, and I said, "You're like a demon right now."
Enkai,
He was grumpy.
I was very
Enkai,
Bring him a blanket and put on his head.
please help.
Narren, I think what we want to know is what, if anything, can we do to try and stop this convergence from happening or prepare for when the convergence does inevitably happen on the winter solstice?
Now we're talking.
Well, if it inevitably happens, which outside of something, another anomaly of some kind or some other thing, I don't know how it could not, likely things are going to spill through. Now, according to these notes, a lot of the demons fight with each other. They're kind of chaotic. Let's just quickly run through some of these. There's a Lord of Rats and Vermin.
Wait a minute.
That's Baeridin.
Yeah.
There's the Queen of Spiders.
Oh, that's not Baeridin.
No.
Wait, we saw some
Wait a
spider
minute, no.
people.
It could be.
Enkai became a spider.
Were there not rats that followed with the plague when we were in the Dark City?
yes.
There were.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the spider
Oh.
people.
There's the Demon Lord of Apes. Does that?
That sounds like Baeridin.
Welcome to the jungle.
Yeah.
You got
We
The
found fun
Devouring
and games.
Worm.
Devoured. Have we seen a worm? Has anybody seen a worm?
Yeah, didn't we fight a worm?
When did we find a worm?
I've got a worm at the
I'd
bottom.
be thinking of old Final
this
Fantasy games.
bottle.
It all blends together.
Oh my God, are you going Final Fantasy
Final
4 on us?
Fantasy.
Wait.
You went Final Fantasy 4, didn't you?
There's the Queen of the Hags.
Queen of the Hags.
Hags running around?
Would say
Witches.
We've definitely seen some witches.
that's true.
Right. Well,
They were
there's
not
always-
pretty.
She
Is that
won't
the same
return
thing?
my calls anymore.
Are hags and witches the same thing?
Mm, depends on the lore. Yeah. Sometimes they'll get called witches. In D&D, typically not, but yeah.
Wait a minute. Is there a way to track entrance points? Enkai, when you knew where we needed to go to get to the elemental plane of water, would there be a way that we could possibly sense where one of these arrival points might be?
I mean, I knew where that was because we found it in the book. Remember when I tried to steal the book?
Are there other books that could maybe, I don't know, maybe
Yeah, there
anything
might be.
that...
Well, these are demon lords. They're going to have cults.
Oh. Okay.
Narren, can you pinpoint where the opening's going to be?
I think that's why we're trying to work on right now, Baeridin. If we can find a cult that might give us better information to where they may be looking for their impending benefactor, shall we say.
Oh, we've seen a cult.
Galore.
Pelor.
Yeah.
That's the god of sun. You really think the god of the sun is a demon?
I don't know.
Not this
All of
version
us
of the
haven't
God
been
of
great.
Sun.
Metaphorically speaking, I think it is.
Didn't we already establish that this is some sort of refabrication of
Mhm.
the followers of Pelor?
Weren't they working
So-
with gnolls?
Are Noel's evil?
They're not
No,
nice.
You said this. The comet was brought off track?
I don't know the origin of the anomaly. I was able to observe it after it occurred. It seemed to have somehow almost punctured or gone straight through where the planet associated with the abyss was and knocked it off its course. Twice it's happened.
What are the chances that that's related to the Star Child?
Stars and planets seem to be similar.
Those are similar things. They look the same from here.
And comets also.
Yeah.
What is the Star Child? I'm not familiar with this term.
So,
Some sort of thing that you eat mushrooms and think about?
yes.
Fiddle then.
Star Child is it's like a prophecy. It's a thing they believe in their religion. Do we know how old the Star Child is?
Maybe 14.
Yeah, that was our guess. About 14.
Rough guess.
He was just hitting puberty.
Yeah, his voice cracked.
Yeah.
And I will remind you all the Star Child is also mentioned in another journal that you all have.
I'm new to
Don would remind Gragnold of that.
That was the journal from the jungle, right?
Yep.
The Paylord journal.
We got a lot of information, don't we, Megan?
Yeah, you
So
do.
much
It's like I've been.
information.
That's
why it's all
almost like
confusing.
Megan's been trying to lead us
That's
towards
why.
the correct path for a very, very long time. Which
Yeah, we're,
Need a summary.
we're like, so going to the plastic bag.
almost like that.
I have applesauce in a pouch.
So that that
Listen,
one I am just
you do.
saying for-
we've discovered enough information from here. Let's spend the rest of the session splashing in the ocean, and we'll call it a day.
Have we reached plot point? Yes.
I would like to climb inside Baeridin's belly, just if we got time for it.
For old
We're out
time's
of
sake.
coconut.
What does it say in the what does it say in the book of Balor, like that you got from the jungle? Because I don't remember directly what was in it.
That with our Twitch chat as well. So if they want to peruse.
Yeah, actually, I think Baron, you weren't there at the time, right?
Yeah, he wasn't there at the time. So this is the journal of one, I have to get up to the, Braxius Baeridin. He is a cleric of Pelor who, it's mostly his daily musings of him and his apprentice named Jas, traveling.
Oh, sorry. I'm just in my mind, again, ADD brain. It just immediately was like, my dearest Martha, here I am watching over the troops of Pelor. Like a little banjo in the back. I'm sorry.
I will now forever read it with exactly that accent.
Yeah. Essentially, it is sort of like that. They arrived at Suncloud, which is the holy city for the Church of Pelor. And that's where Jas was. So Jas went from being an apprentice to basically a cleric or paladin or whatever he was going to be, and left. And then the writer of the journal, Braxius, was sent down to where you all were in the jungles of, I can never remember the name of the place. I gave it, I apologize. And I don't have my thing up, so I'm not going to look it up. But the ship was attacked and sank. He ended up on the beach. Last journal entry was, we're on the beach. I'm scared we're not going to survive the night. And lots of tattered Pelorian robes around where some 8 4-armed gorillas had attacked.
The journal says the Star Child is a full-grown man, not a 14-year-old.
And there was just mention of apes in that journal, which was one of the other things Narren was describing. What if we head to Suncloud once we hit land?
I thought we were going to help out your stuff.
Yeah, it's on the way.
Well, I mean, there's the Demon Lord of Apes, there's the Devouring Worm, the Lord of the Night. There's sort of a demon for all occasions. It's just sort of depending on which signs you're looking for. Have there been anything that stood out to you? You all have mentioned the rot a few times, so it seems like that seems prevalent. Anything else?
The rats.
Rats, spiders. Resurrection. Because remember the rot in the, or maybe I'm reading my stuff in the dinosaur, like the rotting. Wasn't there like the?
Well, that was part of the zombies. It was
right. So zombie infection. Maybe I'm not using the right D&D word.
So undead.
Yes.
That's Orcus.
Yes.
I totally knew that the whole time.
I definitely remember that word. I always thought that was multiple whales underwater.
There's, of course, though, there is also a demon of deception. Again.
Of course there is.
It's probably a demon of
You see her,
deviled
like,
eggs.
kind of like pulling herself together for a moment and calming herself down.
Are you all right?
Fighting lots of cockroaches. And her eye kind of twitches as she says that.
I mean,
I know more than usual. I don't know. Who's seen cockroaches?
Good. We can assume the Demon Lord of Cockroaches is not involved then. And will stay in the abyss.
What about the Demon Lord of Hangovers? Because Gragnold has definitely some of his feelings did not sit well.
It reminds me, I haven't seen a Racerhead in a while.
Yeah.
I got a splinter from the ship earlier. Is there a Demon Lord of Splinters?
He's the
I'm
worst.
sure a lesser demon. But there's...
I mean, it was pretty bad.
I tried to get it out with my sword, and it was hard.
Enkai, how long until you estimate until we reach land?
10 days or so.
It's a lot of time to pontificate.
I don't know what that word means.
It's a
Those
lot
are
of
the
time to
things that help
sit
the
and
ship
think.
float.
Oh. Long time to float. It's true.
It sounds like we need to find one of these cults or talk to one of these demon lords.
I don't think you want to talk to a demon lord. That would be highly inadvisable.
Well, that's not.
But the cult of a demon lord.
Oh yeah, not the.
Would be
demon
incredibly
lord
dangerous as well. Yes.
That sounds great.
We could talk to the.
And what are we going to say to them when we find? Let's say we go find the cults.
Take us to your leader. I don't know,
Yeah,
whatever
I
gets
know,
us
but
closer.
to the leader, but there's many demons that are going to come through this portal. There's
Look, the way
Doesn't
I'm
matter.
fighters.
The way I'm looking at this, we're worried about getting me back to my family. What the hell's the point of visiting my family if there's no world for them to live in?
Thank you, Baron,
I see
which has been my
Dabney's
point the whole
point.
time.
So
Okay,
let's get this thing moving back to land
We
to find
go
a
to
cult.
we go to the
How
cult.
is our
If
current
cults
mission
waiting
helping
for-
us save the world?
Let Baeridin
Well-
speak. What's your idea, Baeridin?
We go to the cult. If the cult is waiting for their gods to just waltz on in, they're probably going to have an address. I'm just saying they probably wrote it down somewhere.
Okay, let's
It's
get
where
their address down. Then what are we doing? We're going there?
We amassed an army.
We go there.
We amassed an army.
Let's be real honest.
We have
We have an
friends.
We
army.
have friends. I don't have any friends. Maybe you have an army of friends.
We're your friends. Are you
Okay,
discounting our friendship?
Look at you.
You are my friends, but we are not an army.
You look
They're
at your
fine.
wrist. We have a friendship bracelet.
But we're also not a group of people who are going to sit idly by while the world burns around us.
Boom!
You have
What
several
Baron
months.
said.
Enkai, look at you. We have a friendship
We
bracelet.
do. I'm sorry. I didn't mean
Who
that,
are
Greg.
my friends?
Hang it.
I meant I
Forget the
didn't have
friendship
an
bracelet there,
army.
Gragnold.
I'm gonna go to my bunk.
No, you stay here. We have to
I'm
talk.
Going to my. I'm only interrupting anyway. I'm going to my bunk.
Will you stay? Nah, look, you made him walk away.
I'm leaving too.
No, we need to figure out how to save the world.
I'm gone. I walk away.
I think we already have the answer.
What? We go to where the demon cult is?
I'm crying for you, Gragnold.
I think
We
Infiltrated,
are friends.
and we stop all this.
what Baeridin says makes total sense, Dabney. If we want to find
Oddly.
out... No, I think everything that we've been encountered, it's more than reasoning. If they're waiting for this to come so they can bring back... it seems like the most opportune moment for a return or an arrival that they've been waiting for. So we need to find out where they plan on staging the welcoming committee. And we just be there and we crash the party.
I mean, there's
You
also
think I'm crazy?
that things are trying to obviously do things on this side. So it's a matter of tracking things that don't seem to be making sense, I guess. I don't know.
We actually have a habit of those things tracking us. We don't really find it a hard deal to find them.
Yeah, we do sort of wind up in the middle of stuff.
Call it fate.
Well, you also asked how to stop this, right?
Yes, that is an important component of this discussion.
The icing on the cake.
They talk of legendary heroes who could call in favors of gods.
Anybody can call in. Anybody here call in favors
I'm
of
not there.
gods?
I'm kind of fresh out. Actually,
Shaggy.
Baeridin.
I can.
I'm sorry. What?
The wolf god. I don't know about favor, but I'm certain he doesn't want to see all the wolf clan destroyed.
Don't you get favors in the form of gifts from your god? Isn't that how it works?
Sure. I pull out my
How-
sword.
Yeah.
Does,
Pulls out the
Yes.
sword that glows.
does this prophecy or the books or whatever it is that you study, does it say anything about these heroes? Or is it fairly nondescript
I don't
as most
really-
legends?
I don't really read those types of things. They're not academic. I had to
Well-
read a few to write essays on to get through
So-
my undergraduate studies.
Hey, Narren.
By the way, that blade, it's clear. Can
Which
I see
one?
it?
Yeah. Well, it's sort of made of moonlight.
So,
That is incredibly rare and powerful. That is amazing. Yes, Dad.
Narren, I realize that these legends that you're talking about are beneath your education level, but
Thank you.
I want to make a guess about something.
Sure. We call that a
Given,
hypothesis, Dabney.
what's that?
We call that a hypothesis.
Bless you. So, with this guess that I'm making,
Please be prepared to have supporting arguments.
so I'm gonna say that given the fact that the planes are converging and all the other stuff you talked about is happening at the same time, maybe it's a good idea to become familiar with these legends that have to do with how to stop it.
Why should I do that in a matter of months when you can go find another expert who already knows these things?
Well, how
Define
long do
hard.
we have before this convergence of the planes and, the demons coming onto it and killing us?
So you have 6 months. Out of
6
yeah,
months.
this is about
Okay.
6 months, yeah.
Do you know of any experts on this lore so we can help avoid the, what I
I
think
find the
would be...
storytellers typically never shut up about those types of things.
Yeah, but they could possibly...
Thank you.
Yeah, but those people could possibly help us avoid that cockroach guy coming here.
So please keep the cockroach guy far away from me.
That's
The
what we're trying to
storytellers
do.
would
We're
be...
trying to keep the cockroach guy away from you.
The storytellers may be able to help.
Great. Do you have one on the ship?
No, we were wondering if you knew of any. Any
Why would I
colleagues
know
you
one?
don't respect?
Why would you know? Because you know all the rest of this stuff.
Oh, I have many colleagues I don't respect, and there's many colleagues who don't like me. Do you want them in alphabetical order or by discipline?
How about order of expertise within relevant topics that we're talking about?
I grab a rope on my belt and I walk by Dabney and I smack his hand to tag him in. I just shake my head and walk behind him.
And to be clear on something, this isn't me trying to be a jerk.
Oh,
I'm
this is
like, this is
No, this is
very-
beautiful.
This is great.
This is
I mean, I have many colleagues who have spent their time studying useless pursuits.
okay. Which one seems the least useless in regards to our conversation?
Her brain seems to be kind of breaking with that question.
Is she still having the beads of sweat that she had when we asked her to explain this topic to Gragnold?
No, that has gone away.
I was gonna say, is it like Airplane where it's streaming down her face?
Okay,
I don't know what
which
to
one
tell
of
you
your
about.
colleagues
Oh my
would
gosh,
have the
this-
answers? You know what? Hold on. Which one of your colleagues is the best expert when it comes to mythology and prophecies regarding saving the world against demonic incursion?
That is incredibly specific.
So
it's
are
a
all
short
of your
list?
answers.
Only one name to write then.
There's a few different things that you've asked for that could give you, if you're looking for those who are experts on demonology. She holds up the papers. This woman actually seems to be incredibly expertise in this. If
We go back and talk to Darnia.
Darren?
Darren? Boy, we really should have gotten her name.
She was really sullen. I didn't want to talk to her.
Daria.
If you're looking more for people who understand the legends of old, any of the bardic colleges likely would have that. I don't have time for their dribble. I don't know which one is the best, which one is the worst, or if they're all just mediocre storytellers who make up lots of things that aren't true.
I think it's all a waste of time. I say we go and kick down the doors of the Church of Palor, and we steal whatever books they have about where they're going to meet their demon people.
And the churches
You're making
are
a
also
lot of sense
very-
tonight.
The churches
Thanks.
also are a very good
I think.
source of information.
It's not the craziest plan we've tried.
It's not even the least practical plan we've tried.
Plus, we're already headed in that direction at super speed.
Oh, great, it's a mitzvah.
Oi.
I'm gonna go talk to Enkai.
Darren kind of looks at you, Darren. It's just like, am I done having to explain things to people who don't understand things?
Well, you're
Yes,
helping us understand the things. But you know what? For the sake of, our continued existence, and when I say our, I mean all of us, could you keep studying this, including the stuff that you typically don't study, like the legends?
Well, Dabney, there are the suppositories of knowledge known as
Suppositories?
Whoa!
That sounds uncomfortable.
Is that how you become a smartass?
Hey, heyo. Insert knowledge here.
Smartass. Oh, God.
Hashtag pun of the night, people.
That one.
I think that one got it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There is one on this ship.
Incredible.
The books I have with me are in regard to my discipline, which is astrology and studying the stars and the movement of the planets.
I think I heard a demonologist once say that astrology was a bunk science, and it had more to do with we were better off talking to wizards to try to predict the future than the people who study astrology.
Oh, snap.
That is accurate. If you try to understand the future by your own destiny by reading the stars, that is complete and utter tomfoolery. And it is
Tomfoolery,
idiotic.
you say?
Yes. One should look at the stars and understand their movement through the skies to help with navigation, to help with understanding how the tides interact, to understand our own planet here, to look to the stars to see what's going on there. To say that the stars will tell you your future, don't believe those wagon cart salesmen.
In all fairness, you know that the movement of the abyss is heading towards us. That will eventually yield in the planes aligning. Is then not the trajectory of that planet foretelling our future in doom?
That's using mathematics.
Mathematics, astrology, whatever, we need to stop it.
Well, then get a god to push the planet back where it was supposed to be.
Problem solved.
Any thoughts on how to make that happen?
I don't know if the wolf god's that large.
I think it's
Right?
just you and Bear in there now.
I'm still hanging with this.
Yeah, so
Right? I don't know. Or keep fighting and practicing so you get really good and can kill a bunch of demons. I don't know.
Narren, I'm going to ask a favor of you.
Boy.
And I think this benefits you in that if this succeeds, you'll continue your own studies. And I bet you'll even become a bigger expert in your field. Study the stuff that's beneath you, the legends, and how to stop all this. Help us out.
Dabney, I do not have any books on that subject matter with me. We are
Where
in the
can we
middle of
get
the
them?
ocean. A library.
Where?
Any
Where?
major city that has a university will have a library.
Point
You're
on the
asking
map.
me- She points back to Jericho.
Let's go back to Jericho.
Oh, there's a
then.
baby buddy.
This is
Baby!
Oh, hey!
Baby.
What do you have? Is it?
This is our ratings grab, is what this is.
Yes.
Is it okay? Mwah.
Good night, baby.
Aw.
Say night night, Sadie.
Oh, God.
Weapons grade cute. Weapons grade cute.
Sorry, that was my daughter.
No apologies necessary at all.
Oh, my heart. My
Aw,
uterus.
this is-
My ovaries.
Any large city, but my understanding is we're trying to get to the other side of the world, which also happens to be where Pelor's church is, which you all seem to think is demonic for some reason. there'll be libraries there for sure.
Well, let's go!
And she kind of looks over the side where the water elementals are pushing the ship along super fast, just like, Dabney, I need to have your salary, whatever it is.
Legend.
You don't pay me a thing!
Oh, well then, I'm paying you the correct amount. Excellent.
You know what? I'm going to ask you to give me half of nothing.
Perfect.
I'm going to go
I don't
check
think you're
on.
improving your
Do the math on that.
I'm gonna actually go to check on Gragnold.
And
I'm going to just walk away.
Ah!
As you start to walk away, she's like, Dabney, I need you to help me grab the maps.
You're paying me half of nothing.
Yes, that's exactly what you asked for. Grab the maps.
Ooh, this is like the third season of Moonlighting. Will they, won't they?
I grab one of the maps in front of her and squeeze.
And like
At the halfway
you're just
point,
crumpling
because
it.
that's what she pays me.
you just see rage in her eyes, and she grabs the map and I don't ever want you touching any of my supplies again. Leave my presence.
Give me a raise and I'll help you better.
And she takes her things and storms off.
Dabney, you're ruining your relationship with her.
Oh. Oh. We'll never have that end of the season tease cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Girlfriend.
The will they, won't they is, it's killing me. Okay, the show's
I got
going to
a
go really
girlfriend back
downhill
home who
after
gets
they
me
get together
better.
anyway.
Back
All right,
home in
so,
Canada.
Back downstairs, down below.
That's what we should have named the compound for all. Named it Canada. We can constantly refer to all the people back in Canada.
No, I've got a girlfriend. You don't know her. She's in Canada.
She's in Canada. You know, my girlfriend who lives in Canada.
Renata.
Yeah.
I tell you.
Sorry, Rachel.
I am in Canada, for those who don't know.
Oh, we know. This just made it kind of funny.
Yeah. So the downstairs, the down below crew. Gragnold went to bed.
And Baron, you said you were going to go check on Gragnold.
Yeah, but in fairness, you said you were going to go check on Enkai before I said that. So, and you guys have been, we've been hogging the mic, as it were.
Okay, should we do the Baron and Enkai scene?
We can do that in just a moment. Let's take a quick 5-minute bio break. And we'll come
Cool.
back to that.
Check in with chat.
All right, all
Second in the
right.
chat. And say hi to everybody in the chat.
What's up?
Hello.
Hey, everybody.
How's
Word
everyone doing?
up.
Hello.
We got some new people.
We got rated.
Hi.
Oh my
We
gosh.
got rated. Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Hey, thank you for the
Awesome,
raid.
Oddlot D&D, thank you so much, Oddlot.
Oh,
Welcome, new
Oh my
people.
gosh.
Arts and crafts.
I'm
beer.
sure it's
Oh,
very confusing.
And-
yeah. Wow.
hey now.
Yeah.
I love that
It's a good-
name. Arts and
There's a
crafts
hopping
beers.
room.
I
yeah,
love
there's
that.
lots of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much on that D&D.
We got rated
for
twice.
the raid.
You got rated
Awesome.
twice?
We got rated twice. Oh, from the Gamer Doc too. Thank you so much.
Gamer
That's amazing.
dog.
Nice.
Nice.
Aw.
Oh.
Well, Sangre Vic. Okay, Sangre Vic. We actually don't watch the chat while we're playing.
Yep.
We check in at the halfway point at the beginning of the end. But we don't
It's a good
actually.
question.
Yeah. The reason we don't have the chat open during the game is just because it's distracting for us. And we're hoping to build our audience. And so if the chat's active and really reading a lot, we get distracted. We're just reading the chat instead of playing the game that you're all here to
Mhm.
watch. So.
Mm-hmm.
But we take a break to check in and see how you all are doing. So,
Yep. Which is what we're doing now. How's everybody doing?
whoa! Welcome to May.
Darian said, how are you guys today? I'm doing all right. How about you guys?
Doing okay. I killed my checklist today. I got through
Oh, that's-
pretty
that's-
much everything. So that felt really good.
That is pretty great. I did not do that. I was the opposite of that. Whatever the opposite of that is. I brought my checklist back to life. while I was trying to kill it. I stabbed it with a Healy sword, which was horrible.
Yeah, I had a planner, and it was a great planner, and stopped using it.
You guys gotta listen to Brain Noodles.
Yeah, we lamented
What's a brain noodle?
That is the Geeks Like Us podcast where myself, Rachel, our friend Dr. Sarah Sawyer, and Dr. Kelly Dunlap all talk about the different things that our brain is noodling on. And our own Wandering Shrink is our producer, and she edits it and puts it up for us, and is amazing. And
we talk about planners and Megan's failure. Because
total
Rachel
failure.
is all about her plan.
Rachel, you even said you stopped using yours this year.
Well, I mean, what's the point? All the days run together.
Yeah.
Did I tell any of you the time I met the guy who invented the bullet journal?
Yes.
No. But
or you told me about that at least.
Yeah, no, I think I told you about. I was talking about this recently. I couldn't remember who it was with. Yeah, I tried to tease him about where he was from, but he's from Vienna, and I couldn't find anything bad to say about it.
Oh, Vienna's amazing.
So I ended up just chatting with him and teasing him about him coming from his city with their world-class symphony and their
beautiful,
really good desserts.
Yeah,
and tiny little sausages.
And fantastic cuisine and high level of happiness and satisfaction. Curse you and where you're from.
It's really cold in the winter. You could curse that.
There you go.
Really cold.
Yeah, but then they get really good preserved sausages. I mean, it's really incredible.
I love Austria. I can't.
I would like to go to Vienna and sample the sausages.
Someday we'll be able to travel again, maybe.
Go to Salzburg. Salzburg was gorgeous.
Don't they have steak there?
Don't they have what?
Salisbury steak?
Yeah, Salisbury steak.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
They have big mountains
Terrible.
of salt.
That's awful.
And Mozart's from there.
So it's Salzburgy steak?
Yeah, that's better.
Salzburgies.
Salt-packed steak. Ooh, I should try that.
Yeah. It sounds really awful, actually.
Have you ever done that?
No, I'm just picturing a steak like inside a big bag of salt.
No, have you ever done that with fish?
Yeah, that's good. But the salt comes off.
Yeah.
Our Streamlabs crashed and it killed Sven's overlay that he just spent so much time working on and making beautiful.
Oh no.
So we're a little wonky right now, but it's okay.
I'll have it fixed here in about 30
it doesn't look
minutes.
bad.
Thanks, Ben. A big chat. If we could give a big thumbs up and appreciation to our webmaster, our tech master, Sven.
Yes, Sven
who works very hard to make this run.
To make us
he takes care of all of the tech stuff, so I don't have to do that. Because like in the early days, it's the first few games of this, I was doing the running of the stream and the game and keeping an eye on chat while also doing other. It was not pretty. So yeah, asking to get it. Oh, we got a follow. Thank you so much, Strange Vic. Sager Vic. I screw up all. Songrovic.
Is it Vic or VLC?
I think it's Vic. It looks like an I.
I think it's VLC.
Oh.
Inquiring minds want to know.
VLC. Sorry.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Should we call you Sangre?
Sangre.
Dun, 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 dun.
We are dancing. You come for the D&D, you stay for the dancing.
Awesome. It's so good to like have this game though to interact with you all, because this is such a weird time, and to not have like a time where you get to chat with everybody and see other humans.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard.
They make me storm out a lot. Just FYI.
Well, it doesn't make you storm out.
No. Enkai gets frustrated with it.
Yeah.
What? Why would Enkai get frustrated with the party?
Never with Baeridin. Never frustrated with Baeridin.
Actually, in the vein of also teaching a little bit of like DMing type skills and things, I do have a question for you all.
Mm-hmm.
With the overarching plot and stuff that's going on, how much do you want me just to tell it to you versus letting your characters figure it out and putting the pieces together? Because I know, like, as a player, I like it when we all of a sudden kind of get the pieces all together and like have that moment of where it clicks, but it seems like you all aren't enjoying that.
I think
we aren't enjoying that?
Yeah. It seems like you're wanting the NPCs to tell you exactly, like, this is the, like, just quite plainly, like, this is the answer. So,
well, okay.
Start the cutscene.
Since I'm the one who initiated that, I'm gonna jump in on this. We wouldn't have had the wherewithal to ask those questions if we hadn't been able to piece together the stuff that you had done. Now, right now, I think we're speaking just for me. We're seeing convergence of opportunity for exposition as well as our own insights based on the clues that you gave us.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we hadn't figured out if I hadn't figured out the insights, if we hadn't all collectively figured that out, we wouldn't have the wherewithal to ask this particular NPC, who happens to have enough experience to explain some of this stuff that we would have no clue about in character.
Right.
Especially given...
Yeah, I'm just asking because you were really pumping her for stuff that she was clearly saying, like, I don't know.
Well, we're desperate for answers. The world is in jeopardy.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, because, like, if it is more fun for you all just to be told, like, this is the thing, and this is why you should worry about it and go do the thing, like, I totally can do that.
I like the tension, but I'm pumped. I thought it was somewhat in character to continue to desperately pump her for information, given the stakes.
From dual lenses here, Gragnold loves to interrupt, and Adam Davis, myself, also loves to interrupt. So I had to make this sort of directorial decision to have Gragnold leave the scene. So
yeah, and please, I'm not like angry or anything like that. I'm just trying to get a gauge of like what will be fun for you all, because I want to make sure that this is a fun story for you all as well.
I like the big reveal, but I also know from the GM perspective that a lot of times the plots that I make, at least, sometimes my players are not getting it, and I have to like continually put the pieces together. Mm-hmm. At each small step of the way to make sure that they're actually following what's going on. And I would not be surprised, especially given the way we play our characters, if that's sort of somewhat a necessary piece. So I don't necessarily need an NPC to go, here's the whole thing, but I do kind of need NPCs occasionally to be like, remember, this is what you're doing now. Remember, here's what's going on now. Just every once in a while kind of pull everything together and be like, yes, right, that's where we're going.
Yeah,
to stop that, because that's important that we stop that.
Gotcha.
Just to be the reminder on that.
That's especially useful, especially considering I think what's happening in our storyline is that we're pulling in like a convergence, if you will, of like things that we did many moons ago.
Yes.
And some of those things aren't as fresh in my memory. So having the NPC say, remember that skull crystal thing you fought in the Underdark? Well, that is now relevant again.
So I do find that to be really helpful, Megan. I don't need the NPC to go like, there's the answer right there, but I do find it really helpful when in NPC where bits of the storyline kind of recollect. Remember all this stuff is going on, just kind of providing me the reminder.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Could you do it in like a Deckard Cain voice?
Stay a while and listen. Adam, you doing good.
Trials of Asmodeus.
Yeah.
How about for Jack or Rachel?
I'm sorry, I missed the question. I wasn't here.
I agree with what Adam said because I also wasn't here for a lot of that. So when you talk about things in the jungle, like I have zero idea. I'm still not totally sure what a star child is.
That's okay. Out of character,
Dr. Ryan Kelly.
We're not really sure.
Okay. I have 2 heads, and I know Baeridin has something to do with it, but I don't really know.
Dr. Ryan Kelly is all you need to know.
Yeah.
That I missed that. So yeah, I think just like keeping us on the path, but letting us follow.
Okay. Gotcha. The question, Jack, was just basically like, how much do you like as a player to figure out the pieces and work on weaving the story together yourself versus getting an NPC just to, give a lot of exposition and be like, here's the thing.
No, I'd say that it's kind of, I really like having kind of like, I've always done the whole, like, give me enough crumbs so I can make a piece of bread, if that makes sense. Because typically I run my adventures the way I like to play in them as well. So normally what I'll do is I'll, like with like handouts, I'll drop like little things of knowledge in there and just kind of like, okay, just kind of play around with that for a while and give like little hints. So kind of similar to what everybody else is saying. I really like, for like, wait a minute, wasn't it this, the here? And then NPCs are like, yes. Oh, yeah. Like that kind of NPC encouragement to let us know, like kind of that way of you're getting warmer or now, very cold. All right. Yeah, that rewards me as a player when I'm like,
awesome.
Yeah, okay. So
okay, cool.
I hope my rambling made some semblance of sense.
No, that makes a lot of sense. That helps me too, just to know a little bit more of how to tailor the game for you all. But and one thing too, I want to make clear, like you all have time. Like 6 months is a long time in this game. So like there is time to go see family and make sure family's safe and take care of
the way we derail it, 6 months. That's like what, 4 years from now is when the convergence will happen.
We're gonna I was actually gonna say we're gonna come back from the break and Megan's gonna go, it's been 6 months.
Yeah.
He is now Immeral.
You've been on this ship.
Yes, so
desperately trying to make it to land.
Time enough at last. And then our glasses are broken and
Yes.
Gragnold now knows how to juggle, though.
Cursed by his own hubris.
We'll all have picked up an instrument. We form our own little band and we go around solving mysteries in little towns.
Yeah.
That was so what I wanted to do with my first group was I was a bard and I really wanted to convince everybody else to play in her band. And I did for one session they did it. And then they were like, no, if we're not doing this, and it just broke her little heart.
Oh. That's such a great motivation though.
We could try, and I can play a mean harmonica.
Piano and drums.
To be fair about that particular band session, there's a lot going on in that campaign, and we're currently moving up to level 20. We're almost at a level 20 campaign that we started from level 1. So it's been a long 4 years for this one particular campaign.
Isn't a level 20 bard technically his or her own supergroup?
With her charisma rolls, yes.
Yeah, I rolled a 42 on a performance check. It was amazing.
That's like Freddie Mercury level rolls right there. Like, that's awesome.
Yep. Yes, it was amazing. Anywho, all right. So we come back to...
That was a 42 for a god.
It is the answer to everything.
I was playing for... Yeah, that's true. I did roll the answer to everything while performing for a god. So that was fun. So to our down below crew. Greg, were you just like going straight to bed? All right.
I'm pouting.
Okay.
You're laying in bed pouting.
Don's like, Gragnold, you did really, really well up there.
She forgot about our friendship bracelet.
I'm sure she didn't mean it.
I think she was just being emotional, but so am I, and here we are.
That's true. You maybe go talk to her.
No, she's pouting too, and I think we're in separate scenes now.
Fourth wall cries.
So
It is
so
broken
perfect.
again.
I do not have enough alcohol in my office for this.
I have a sense for narrative arcs. I think we've got a third scene coming after the first two.
In fairness, Gragnold has been learning about metaphor.
It's true.
So, yeah.
What is metaphor?
It's true.
Whatever you want it to be.
Cows grazing.
All right, well,
I'd say we're in a very resonant liminal space right now.
you're paying so much attention.
I know.
All right, let's go through our words again. We've gotten up until to G now. So, Gad. She starts just basically going through the dictionary. I'm imagining that's how she talks Gragnold to sleep. All right, Enkai, you were the next to leave.
I am in my room, and I think there's going to be a knock at the door.
Knock, knock!
Hello?
Oh, I can actually knock. Oh, there.
Yeah.
That's.
It was
Who's
much
there?
better to wake your child.
It's Gragnold. No, Baeridin. It's Baeridin.
Come in.
um,
Yeah, Gragnold.
well, I thought I would play a joke, but then I realized that I'm going to come in, and then you're going to instantly recognize who it is. And the joke's
The
not going to
voice
make any
gave it away.
sense. Oh, because my voice is so deep and grumbly, and Gragnold's is so high pitched.
Yeah.
I can see that. Enkai, we have to go to the Church of Palor and fight them all and get a journal that tells us where all the demons are.
Yeah, I was getting that from that conversation. Is that
Yeah.
what's been settled on?
You know that we fought similar odds, right? We don't really need an army. I mean, it couldn't hurt. But we'll be okay through this.
Yeah?
Sure.
You know,
We went into the Underdark and
that's
fought a whole army of people in the Underdark. You remember that? That was great.
I didn't really know what I was getting into then, and I think I have a better idea now. But you're right.
Yeah.
That's a good point. We did.
I think the real secret is to not know what you're getting into pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
It's worked really well for me.
Yeah. But what about Turtle Island?
Oh, I do want to stop there. Because there's so many pirates and it sounds like so much fun. But only if we have time, really.
Don't you think that what's going to happen with Gragnold when we walk into the Church of Palor?
Oh,
You
you're
think-
worried Gragnold might burst into flames?
I'm worried
I
That-
doubt that.
we might be recognized, or that Gragnold's, doesn't like the Palor people very much. He might just start taking heads off
So
Like, are
we'll
we
have to
meant to
come
be
up
going
with a
there
good excuse.
for information. Is that the idea? We get information, or
Well-
are we just going to kill them?
At the very least, I think we need to figure out what's going on. And it seems like the Church of Palor is the only people that I can immediately point to that do actually know what's happening right now.
Well, if that's where you think we should go, I guess that's where we will go.
Well, I'm open to hearing other plans. We have some other directions to go. But if Narren's right, and there's going to be a huge influx of a bunch of demons, I'd at least like to know where to stand.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
That makes sense.
And Baeridin's gonna start walking out, and then he's gonna turn around and he's gonna go. Also, I think Gragnold's crying in his bunk because you said you weren't friends with him.
I know I'm coming. I get up and I follow.
So, Gragnold, you're just at that lovely point where you're almost asleep and everything feels heavy and slow, and then...
Is Baron going down there first? Did he go down there at the same time
right.
that we were?
Yeah,
we
Baron,
were all
are you
getting
going to
there at the
check on
same
Gragnold?
What?
Baron, were you going down to check on Gragnold?
I was. I was kind of assuming that, I mean, in the order of all these things, I'm going to kind of get there a little bit late. Because I was up with Dabney, like, chatting with Narren. We were chatting for quite a while. So.
Yes, we were.
Yeah, so I think it's only fair that I wouldn't make it down there until they've at least had a meaningful conversation that I could awkwardly enter into.
Oh, perfect.
So,
perfect.
Okay. I guess I'm following you. Are we both going there?
Gragnold, knock, knock! Oh, I could just open the door.
This problem again.
Gragnold, are you asleep?
I'm in a mood.
I sit on the bed next to him. Gragnold?
Yes, Enkai.
I didn't mean that I didn't have any friends. I know that we are friends. We have bracelets.
I know I gave you that bracelet.
I know, and it means a lot to me. I meant it. I mean, no, that's not true, Gragnold. I was saying that I didn't have an army. But see, I wasn't really thinking, because I have something better than an army.
Friends. Do you mean it?
I do.
Are you sure?
I lay down. I'm just hugging him uncomfortably. Yes. Oh.
Which one of you is uncomfortable?
Okay. Now we're not, neither of us. I thought he was going to be uncomfortable.
You give better side hugs than Clam.
No, I hope so.
can I choose that moment to enter the room?
Most certainly.
Clam, get over here.
So, Gragnold, I wanted to see if you... I'm sorry, am I interrupting something?
Maybe.
Baeridin's just standing there. No, I don't think so.
You apparently
Comes up with
don't...
a clamshell, offers you an appetizer.
Thanks, Clam.
Thanks, Sam.
Thanks, Clam.
Thanks, Clam.
He's growing on me.
So is everyone okay? We do seem to be a bit closer than before.
Is that a metaphor?
No, it's a pretty direct statement.
I think it's also a metaphor.
I think Baron wants to be included in the group hug.
Baron.
Oh, no.
Oh, Baron, you wanted a hug? Oh.
He's already a crowd. No, I really shouldn't. I have my hands are clammy.
It's too late. This hug time.
Is it one of those
Yeah.
in the middle of the pile?
You know
And Daphne, it's about this time that you stroll down below.
This friend sandwich is really missing.
Is this
And I see all of them just piling into each other, just hugging.
Dabney.
So I walk.
Come here, Dabney.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you that with these headphones and the sensitivity of your microphone, that was a little creepy.
Dabney. Come on, Dabney. Come into the friendship pile.
Okay. So Dabney walks past the door where he can see all of this stuff happening. Walks past.
Clam offers you an hors d'oeuvre.
Hold on. Just walks past. Just did it. Walks past. Does a double take. Sigh. Goes in. Hugs them.
Oh, I thought you were going to turn around and walk the other way.
So is Baeridin just still awkwardly watching us while he's
No,
in
he's doing
Just
a hug, but he's hugging around Baron's legs. He does say, Dabney.
Serious Seriously, people.
hand me an appetizer.
You should
Whatever Clam's got, just pass it down this way.
smoked scallops.
Smoked scallops.
Special sauce.
The sauce.
Sweet and sour.
Make sure you dip it in the sauce first.
Dip it in the sauce.
Pass it down to me.
I look at him straight in the eye. I grab it without looking and just eat it.
You do know there was a book in the 60s about subliminal advertising called The Clam Plate Orgy? I'm just throwing that out.
That's the name of this episode.
It was a book based on this accusation that a plate of clams for a seafood restaurant was designed to place the clams to look like an orgy to sell more clams. It's a legit book, The Clam Plate Orgy. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
And that's Jack's obscure, useless fact for the day.
I will add that.
Staring right at Baeridin and everything he's interested in eating.
Oh, don't eat all the.
Oh, you ruined
At
it.
least dip it in the sauce.
Sweet and sour sauce.
Oh,
Only a little dabney will do you.
you're not even really enjoying it.
It tastes delicious.
Eat slower,
Oh,
Dad.
I'm not going to be able to enjoy it.
It's an aperitif.
You have to chew 36 times before.
No, it was delicious.
No.
We had a great circle of friendship hugging going on here.
Now
I
we
was
have a
uncomfortable at
tasty.
first.
Now I had a tasty snack.
It's uncomfortable at first. Come on, Baron.
Well, I said it
You're a
first. I mean,
softie.
Listen, we're headed to go and infiltrate the Church of Palo. Gragnold, you're going to have to stop. You're going to have to not decapitate people until we get to the place where you
I'm
can
gonna have
decapitate
to
people.
stop not decapitating people. I think I can do that.
I'm sure that's probably correct. And we're going to get in there and we're going to find out what information is going on and where this stupid portal to the abyss is going to be. And then we're going to leave and go there and stop the abyss portal.
Okay. Can Clam come with us?
Clam is obviously coming with us. I
Thank
hope you
you.
bring some extra sweet and sour sauce.
I don't know if he's prepared for combat.
I'm really thinking of
Clamshell?
giving him just one magic item and making that clamshell a magic item that always produces seafood with sweet and sour sauce. And
Smoked scallops. Amazing Clam.
His true, his true only superpower.
yeah, to produce
So this is like
seafood hors
what's
d'oeuvres.
the canteen, or what's it called? The jug of. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the alchemy jug?
The
Alchemy jug. Thank you.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
is like an alchemy jug, but with appetizers, and it's a clamshell.
No,
It's
this
like,
is-
it's like the original, if you're Sir Gawain in the Green Knight, it's actually one of the versions of the Holy Grail was a tray that continuously would provide food to its owner.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, originally it wasn't a cup, it was a serving tray.
When you say
Platter.
the Holy Grail, are you talking about Monty Python? Or are you talking about the biblical Holy Grail?
The Grail is represented in Sir Gawain in the Green Knight. It was a tale that was not directly from the Morte Arthur, but it was like another tale that was told later.
Indiana Jones.
Like Tristan and Isolde, one of those other kind of offshoots. Sorry, I had a 300 lit course in Arthurian legend.
That was amazing.
It would take
Jack
you
is
all
the
semester
provider.
just to get through that book.
My final exam was to correlate Monty Python and the Holy Grail to actual Arthurian lit, because I can't remember his name, who did Terry Gilliam, is actually a world-renowned scholar on Arthurian lit and legend.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, that's 2 one night, 2.5 an hour.
All right.
And
all right,
I'm
Chad.
done.
Hashtag Jack's Obscure Facts.
Yeah. Wow.
But interesting. Obscure, but interesting.
Yeah.
Obscure, interesting, yet still primarily useless.
The more you know.
Yes. The more you know, the more you bore your friends. Moving on, so
No, I have to.
All right. We
I have
hugged.
to stop myself from inquiring more about that. Here we are.
Well,
We have a long road ahead of us. Perhaps we started with a good night's sleep.
Enkai, do we have to actually steer the ship while it's being propelled by elementals?
We're on a trajectory for Turtle Island. I think we should still go there if we're searching for books for Narren about myth and legend. There might be some information there.
We can see if we can recruit some pirates to fight a war for us against demons.
Wait, so we
Okay.
can get an army?
Wait,
Yeah, pirate army.
I would not advise directly talking to the pirates on Turtle Island.
Well, then who am I supposed to talk to? Aren't they all pirates?
Baeridin's
Well, are
pretty
you a pirate?
I can talk to them, yes.
Oh,
Well, why do you get to talk to him and we don't?
we have to learn pirate lingo. Yahar,
What kind of pirate lingo?
Come on,
Yar.
come on, batten down the hatches.
Yar.
See, Gragnold's got it.
I
Okay, I'm going to bed.
Enkai.
All right, I'll practice my pirate lingo.
I know that you're used to sailing and you know how to navigate. And sometimes you got to use your compass.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you're lost, you got to use this compass. And I point to your friendship bracelet. And
aw.
remember, we're your North Star.
That might legit make me cry. My God, Greg. That's so sweet. Oh my gosh.
We're here for you, even when
That's
you're
so
lost.
sweet.
It's what I'm. It's a metaphor.
Thank you, Greg. I will remember that. Here.
Good. I'm gonna continue having these smoked scallops.
Gragnold, why does the Myris band have a compass in it?
It was a metaphor. It's not a real compass. Yours
Oh,
also has a metaphorical compass in it.
no, it
Which
points
means-
to meadows.
It points to. Does yours point to meadows?
Yeah, it's a metaphor compass.
Oh, mine always just points to my wrist.
Oh. It's not much of a compass then, is it?
No, well, it depends on where I'm pointing my arm.
I guess that's true. Or if it got chopped off,
Now
then you
it's
would know
pointing-
exactly where your wrist is.
Pointing north, more or less, right now.
Oh.
Dabney, overhearing all of this, reaches for the grog wherever he finds it and just.
Oh, it's right here. It's gin, actually.
It's gin with
I was in.
a worm in it.
I was inspired by the conversation we were having,
So Gragnold put a worm in the bottom.
and from a bathtub.
Just continues. Just
And now, Dabney's drunk again. Here we are. There's a bunk. Make sure you have extra smoked scallops.
I'm going to go to bed before Dabney tries to fight everybody on the ship.
Probably smart. Clamshell guy, you should know when Dabney has a few too many, he fights things with his
Yeah.
fists.
And he might punch a
Have a good
fireball
kitchen.
through your chest.
It's,
Okay.
But one thing you should know is the way to Dabney's heart, smoked scallops. Go get some more.
Okay.
Thank you. Dabney's heart.
And you all get your rest for the night. Now, if it's all right, we will fast forward these next 10 days unless there's other conversations that you all want to have. Or
I'm more curious about how long the hangover I'm about to have lasts.
make a constitution saving throw.
Okay.
9 days.
11 days.
It's still hungover
It's
by
still
the time we get to port.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh.
I'm assuming the hangover is made worse by the amount of smoked scallops you're eating.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you
for
remember
sure.
how I asked what a meta is for?
Ugh.
Hmm.
Well, that's the number that I rolled.
Yeah.
So, Dabney, you go to bed with your head rolling in the spins, which is not good on a ship that's rocking. You do get sick during the night, and you do make it up to the deck. And you manage to get sick over the side of the ship. directly onto the water elemental, who then flings the sick back up into your face.
Note to self, water elementals do not enjoy being thrown up upon.
Okay, good to know.
This is like the third time you've had throw up in your face. I've joined this game.
This is happening a lot.
Imagine how many
I did
times
it
it happened
twice.
before you.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it happens to me with semi-frequency. But yeah, no, I get during the voyage, I also try to spend some time, being nice to Enkai.
So you spend
Is it like super forced? Is it?
No, it's not forced. I'm trying to be friendly.
Oh, God.
And so Narren, let me just take care of what.
Oh, I got to apologize to her.
Yeah, you gotta apologize.
Oh, yeah.
She's gonna have you on.
I need to remap our friendship. Is what I need to do.
Oh, remap the friendship.
So the next evening, she is up setting up her telescope and her maps and things. And actually, she's figured out to call orders down to the elementals on how to hold the ship steady. And
That sounds like her.
yeah. Now, you can keep this pace forward, but please stop the pitching and the yawing. It is throwing things off. It's hard enough to track it as the ship is moving this quickly. But I'm making do because I don't want to stop them from doing this thing that's super important. So
I walk up behind her and gently tap her on the shoulder.
Yes, Dabney.
I'm sorry. I want to make amends. Let me fix your map.
I'm not inclined to let you touch my map. How do you plan on fixing it? She actually has that one out, and you can see like it's wrinkled, like right in this where a lot of her drawings
Steaming
are
it.
in calculation.
Gently steaming the wrinkles out.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
As long as the ink does not run.
Has anybody ever tried steaming this before?
The paper maps, no.
So you know what? We're going to spot check it. This is an interesting question for you, Megan.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use my elemental attunement ability to basically create steam coming from my hand as I smooth out a corner section?
Since we're using it more for RPing purposes, say yes. This is something that would take like a heck of a lot of concentration and probably beyond you when you're doing something like combat. So
Yeah.
It's not like you can suddenly turn your, elemental attunement to make boiling water.
Mm.
Can I?
So yeah, I'm going to try and to spot check that just on a corner of the map to see if the ink runs.
Adam, yeah, sorry.
I would like to interrupt this conversation. Notice that Dabney has vomit on him.
I cleaned it off.
And then create 10 gallons of water to wash him off.
Can you create 10 gallons of water?
Yes, I can.
Yes, you can.
I'm trying to help. You have a little bit on your shoulder.
So all the maps just got drenched?
No, you were standing. I'll say you were standing back away from the table
Just
enough,
the
and
one.
Narren is cracking up.
Do I know where this came from?
No, I assume Gragnold's probably not being subtle about it. He's probably standing right there.
I look at Narren and I bow deeply before handing her map and going away.
I helped.
But she does accept your apology. I did roll for her to see what she's able to cobble together over the 10 days. The rolls were both less than 10.
Oh, God.
So she's honestly trying, but like... think of this as like, she's very procedural And so her thing is like, okay, if I'm going to study lore, I have to start here. And I just hit the mic. That's bad. And like, I don't have my foundational materials, so therefore I can't even start. If I don't have the foundation, I can't build a house. So no point in reading and diving into this too much until I have the foundation.
Okay.
So that's how I'm going to narrate the bad rolls.
To the pirate library.
Wait, can I have a chat with Gragnold before we land?
Sure.
So I imagine I don't. Oh, he's sleeping still. Okay.
I've been here. We have 10
Still
days. What am I supposed to do? I'm
Gragnold.
tired of juggling and making Dabney wet.
Baeridin has been teaching
That was
himself
fun,
drums. So he's just
Please
like,
never say that again.
Come on, tell me it was simples.
just bashing together.
How could you?
He's up on deck, though.
Oh, okay. Because I think you share a bunk, right?
Yes. I'm sure that's probably
Very-
he's
go
sleeping.
Onto the top deck.
Yeah,
Very- Very loud. Baeridin.
Gragnold.
Yes, Enkai.
Come in. I sit down next to you on the bed.
Doesn't lock. I know. I wish we had locks.
No, it
'cause
doesn't.
Baeridin
There's no
comes in all the
only
time.
my door locks. Yeah, I know. It's perks to being the captain. When we were down in the elemental plane and you were talking to that witch at the end, do you remember?
Vaguely.
And you were asking her about your purpose. Remember?
Yep.
Do you think the purpose is what we're doing now? Because I thought my purpose was to find the soul stone, but I don't think that it is anymore.
I don't know. I thought my purpose was to help Baeridin, and I'm not sure if I'm doing that right. And then I thought my purpose was to help Dawn, and I'm not sure if I'm doing that right. Now I
You're
guess
doing
my
wonderfully.
purpose is. What was that, Dawn?
You're doing wonderfully, Baeridin.
Well, I
And
forgot
Gragnold,
you.
sorry.
I forgot you could hear me all the time. Sorry. That was awkward.
It's all right.
She hears me when I do lots of private things. I forget sometimes. But we're practically the same person now, I guess. So what I'm saying is, I guess, I think now, I guess you're right there. I should look at you. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be helping you now. We helping, we helped Dabney in the underground area find love. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. I feel like I'm spending most of my time working for other people's goals, and I don't know what my purpose is.
Yeah. I think I feel the same way.
Well,
But-
what should we do about that?
Maybe our purpose is being together.
I suppose. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like, well, we're going to go save the world. That seems like the right choice.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have much internal conflict around that. Just not sure what to do next. And I feel like I'm hoping Dawn finds love. I had someone that meant a lot to me a long time ago named History. Don't know where she is. Don't know if she wants anything to do with me.
Isn't she in that village?
Isn't she? Wish maybe she is. I don't know. I don't
She
keep
is. We
track.
saw her.
She's in Canada.
No, I don't
So-
keep track.
Oh,
She's not
okay.
my personal
Oh, yeah.
property. Maybe
Right,
she's
well,
still there. I
maybe-
don't know.
Maybe
I've got
after,
big things I'm trying to do. Save the world.
Maybe after we save the world, maybe that's where you're meant to go. Back to history.
I do like the idea of raising a family someday.
She did seem pretty excited to see you.
So maybe that's where I'm supposed to be. But maybe it's not about supposed to's. Maybe it's about what make my own choices.
Yeah.
I don't know. Keep looking for some compass out there. That's a metaphor. Tell me where I'm supposed to go.
Well, the compass isn't going to tell you where to
That's
go. You have to tell the compass where you want to go, and then you follow it. That's the way it works.
seems like a circular pathway.
It's not.
I tell the compass and then I follow. It seems like I'm just following myself.
No.
I get Okay. Oh. I appreciate this.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, let's go. I don't know. Save the world, I guess.
I guess I have a little more juggling to do before we hit land.
Yeah, the crew really likes your juggling. Don't tell Baeridin the puppet show, hit or miss, but the juggling.
Your secret's safe with me. Also, you should see my new sword dance I can do with Dawn.
Oh, I'm a little scared.
Well, I shouldn't have said sword dance. That's probably misleading. I should be thoughtful about that.
Well, let's go see it then.
All right. Baeridin, I love your music.
I can't hear you!
Watch
he
my,
just tubes, just has his head down.
watch my sword dance.
Oh. Gragnold!
What's an interpretive dance?
And all were inspired.
What do you think?
Are you covered in cuts, Greg?
Yeah. You like bleeding off.
It's I'm dancing with Dawn, so I'm hoping that she can protect me from most of that, but I imagine that I have some radiant damage.
Yeah, it's you did get like little nicks and cuts, but like they cauterized almost immediately.
So I'm covered in cool scars now.
It's cool scars.
Someone says, "Where'd you get these scars?" Dancing.
Dancing with a sword.
Dancing myself. All right. Any other conversations?
Dabney, what do you think?
So do basically I see a bunch of like cauterized wounds all over him.
Just kind of appearing as he dances, basically, yeah.
Stop. Just don't do that. Stop.
Of love.
Okay. Before you break your arm. Just please stop. If you would like to learn something like that, and I give him a stick, some sort of broomstick or whatever is handy, and I actually spend however much time is necessary teaching Gragnold slowly, using the broom, martial arts forms from the monastery, as well as some of the stuff that Zonra taught me.
Nice.
I would like to imagine that we're doing this while Baeridin is playing music for us to...
Yeah, well, cymbals are clashing in the background.
Dance.
Learning to move. And like, it's interesting learning to get your balance on the ship that's moving and constantly pitching and practicing it. But you are able to do so and learn a little bit. You're not perfect forms, but certainly a little bit more balanced.
Using the broomsticks.
Yeah.
As to not damage him too badly.
This is my broomstick.
Yes, it is. And you're going to use it as practice. This is your broomstick.
You touch me. I'm just kidding. That was for Jack.
I was curious how far you were going to take that.
Yeah. I just wanted to see how far I could make Jack. How many times I can make Jack do this.
The Jack head bobber.
Yeah.
Counter. All right. So, any other conversations? 10 days pass. Eventually, you all come to this region, and you can see this dense fog building up and building up and building up. Enkai, tell me, how does she navigate the fog to find Turtle Island?
Well, she would have already plotted in the direction to go. So I imagine she would stay on course and just trust her navigation tools. I mean, surely she's gone through the fog before, unless this is like the thick fog.
This is you're getting towards the thick fog where you have to do like your special I am a pirate captain-y thing, whatever that looks like for Enkai, to get the fog to part to get the passage to the island.
Right. I remember. Okay, I send everyone below deck.
All right.
And I yell a series of chants into the fog. Like a secret password.
Cool.
But in the aquatic language, so no one can understand me. Nice. Sounds like that.
Yeah.
Exactly, but really loud.
All right, you say the words, and suddenly, like, you're in this dense fog. And I think there's a few places where you all can see out, like the windows in the captain's quarters and things. You can kind of hang out there when it's not people aren't sleeping necessarily. And what you see is this thick fog around you. Then all of a sudden, it just magically dissipates, and you can see clearly back the way you came. And you hear Enkai calling, and you can come up, and you see this island. And it is a bizarre sight to behold. Because what you see is this jungle with lots of swaying trees and this very dangerous looking coral reef. The ship is the crew that know Enkai is Pirate Ishka are all helming and calling out lots of commands. And like you all are basically just staying out of the way. The ship is moving quickly and navigating through this coral reef. But looking up on the shore, you do see like a few structures, but most of those seem to be these tall towers. And they're what strike your attention first, because near one of these towers, you see this humongous oblong thing with what looks like a smaller basket or something underneath it. And you see one of them kind of flying from one tower to another. And you see as it's coming in, you hear, even as far out as you are, you hear a bunch of cheering. Before you see a line snap and part of the basket kind of tumble off. And then kind of watching that, and seems like that's under control. You look around and you see that the rest of the buildings actually aren't buildings. These are all ships that have been pulled up onto the shore to be stacked on top of each other, flipped over. Some are on their sides, some are upside down, but all are being used as buildings of this place. The ship is brought up to the dock. The lines are tied, and the gangplank is put off. Welcome to Turtle Island.
I'm going to assume that I've been here many times before.
Oh, yes, yeah, you know.
This is like my home ground.
Yep. This is your old stomping ground. And almost as soon as the gangplank is secured, most everybody's running off the ship.
Yeah, they're excited.
Yeah, everyone's super excited to go see friends, like run and go shopping, get certain supplies. You see Tube running off. He's got like a big jar of the candied pineapple.
Trade it for something good.
Yep.
Hey, Kai, where do we go first?
What was the
I want to see all the pirate stuff.
So hold on, I have the notes right here. The Rusty Anchor is the real place. The Shipwreck Tavern is the tourist trap that has Jimmy's Buffet in it.
Right.
I forgot about Jimmy's Buffet.
You also do see in the shallows, there is this really interesting, it's another wrecked ship with this sign that has a siren sitting by a rock. And it is, oh shoot, what did we decide the name of it was?
What did we call it? I can't remember.
Our Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Star Buccaneers.
All right,
Yes,
so
Swords. Yes, it's Star Buccaneers, and it's actually you see that there are mermaids swimming in and out of there, bringing drinks to people. Baeridin, you notice these drinks instantly.
Oh, yeah.
They are foamy. They are tall. They have
Baeridin jumps in the water and turns into a dolphin.
Funny thing, the tall
And
is
then-
actually a small cup.
And then swims up to the side and goes...
And the
With the arm on him.
sugariest, most foamiest drink is brought in front of you.
Good luck drinking that with a flipper.
So while he's doing that, what are the rest of you doing?
I mean, I would say
That's
that
mostly what I'm doing.
I come out probably in like my whatever a dress uniform would be for a captain to try and like assert my clout.
Okay.
And you guys can go anywhere you want on the island, but just be aware that everyone here is a pirate and not the most trustworthy. Perhaps.
Would it be
I would-
possible for me to actually hang along Captain Ishka, wink, as your valet, essentially?
Oh,
Yeah, sure thing, Enkai. Excuse me, Captain Ishka, wink.
not if you're going to refer to me that way.
I'll be serious.
I was actually going to send you to the Shipwreck Tavern, Gragnold. Go see if you can check that place out, and Baron and I will go and check out the Rusty Anchor and see what's happening over there. See if you can find out where the books are that we can get for Narren.
We actually probably should just go and find a library. I should
Yeah, but-
probably keep.
They're not just going to let you in the library.
No.
You think we're not going to get arrested if we go to a tavern?
One thing I know is that we have to meet some people and talk to them, and the best place to do that is at a tavern. Also, we've gone many days without a good fight.
We've been at sea for
No.
several weeks.
No. Okay.
I do know
Okay, we
that
can't- I can't leave
pirates
you
like
alone.
to fight.
No,
And
no,
we
you
can
can't
fight
leave
them.
us alone.
There's
That's
a
the
fighting,
point.
There's a fighting pit in all good taverns. We
No.
We'll just
All right.
put some coins in and.
Well, we lost Baeridin to the Star Buccaneers.
We can get him back. We just need to bring whatever the freaking foamy drink that he's drinking
Lots
is.
of caffeine. He'll be the Baeridin we all know so well.
And you know, and we'll,
You're on your second cup by now, Baeridin.
if we are your entourage, does that not look better for you?
Yeah, when we're drinking heavily and probably engaging in fisticuffs. For the enjoyment of spectators.
My point is, we've had fist enoughs. Okay, we don't need to do more fights.
All right.
Who are you? What happened to Dabney?
All right,
Dabney
let's
likes
go get Baeridin. Dabney is going to get killed on this island.
Oh, I think
No, Dabney is
I
trying to
think
keep people from getting killed on this island.
Dabney, she was saying that you couldn't handle a fight.
That's not what I was saying.
I think
And
that's what you
what?
said. I think you need to go to the tavern with me, have a few drinks, and see what happens.
I will
Narren
live
kind of
with the
walks by
embarrassment.
you all and just like, you said there's some sort of library here. Is this?
It's a
Narren,
Is this
we're
the
going to
place
try
that
and
has
find
the
the
law school?
library.
Yes, this is the island with the law school.
Law
Ah,
school?
Excellent. I'm gonna go there.
Wait, Narren. Wait, Narren. Let us go.
She's
with you.
like taking off.
Hold on.
We have to
Oh,
follow.
crud, I don't
Narren.
have water whip. Ah!
Gragnold, this place has these drinks, and they're really good drinks, and you're strong.
Hold on. Hold on. Can I create a little ice patch in front of her to try and slow her down?
I'll take 4.
4, I got it.
I imagine you're still in a dolphin. Like,
Like
I
just going around across.
I came up out of the water, turned into myself, told you about the drinks while in midair, and then turned back into a dolphin as I splashed.
Yes, yes. She's moving pretty quick. What's the range on that for you?
Oh, for elemental attunement? Oh, let's find out. But I imagine it's fairly decent. Elemental attunement. 30 feet, 30 feet.
Let's make an initiative check.
Okay.
You're gonna win.
Maybe not.
What'd you get?
I got 7.
She got 6. So
Yes!
all right. For her dexterity saving throw, though, I did just roll a 20. So she slips. There's ice here. This is unusual. And she keeps kind of-
Stop!
Why? Dabney, what is the purpose? I'm trying to go to the library. You wanted me to go
I
to the
know,
library?
and we're going to go with you, and we know people who know people here.
Okay, fine. Dabney, come. You are a decent scribe.
Not me. Oh! I storm off with her.
All right. I guess I'm going to the bar by myself.
No!
No, Gragnold.
Bring a bunch of drinks! Here, let's go to the bar!
All right. Let's go see if they can put booze in these. Nothing bad can happen here.
So you all start heading off. Are you just taking them all to the Rusty Anchor? Or are you going to try to leave them at
These are
the...
I was
trap?
going to take them to the Jimmy's buffet. I wasn't going to take them to the real place.
Okay, so you're trying to bring them to the tourist trap?
To the tourist place. Oh, yeah. So they won't get killed.
All right.
I
So
put them
you
around real pirates.
you bring them into the Shipwreck Tavern. And there's the parrots that are crocking and singing, and there's lots of drinks in coconuts and pineapples here.
It's just like I imagined.
Right?
I how do they just have food? I can just put it in this bowl.
Oh, Gragnold, you gotta pay
Walk
for
down
it.
the line and then just put the dressing. Bottomless dressing. Wow.
Gragnold, you're putting too much dressing on.
No, I'll just
It's
put
just
more.
dressing.
You're
now.
walking
just-
it like
Put more
You see,
salad on top of the dressing.
the owner kind of look, and he points at them and then looks at you.
That's too much dressing. You're right.
And he picks up an accordion and starts to play. He's like, "Arr, me mateys, let me tell you a tale then."
I toss him a silver coin.
They have cornbread.
And pudding
I lean over
right next to
and
the salad dressing.
I tell the guy that we'll be back if he can keep an eye on Gragnold and Barry.
They have prime rib.
Wow, why did you get the salad?
Get a plate.
I need another plate, Gragnold.
You have to get a new plate every time you come.
Oh. That seems like a waste.
It's food safety rules. Read the sign. Thanks,
Oh.
Don.
Oh, Jack, you're muted.
We haven't been ignoring you this whole time if you've been talking. We just haven't been able
Yeah,
to hear you.
we haven't been able to hear you.
No.
No, we cannot hear you.
They have individually sliced pies, Baeridin.
Oh. I
You
can
don't have
get
to
one of every
slice
kind
I
of
feel
pie.
bad. I thought Jack was just being quiet, but I see him.
I know.
He's so
Lime,
jealous. No.
banana. What's the blue one?
Blue.
It's blue
Hello,
pie.
hello.
There we go.
There we
Oh,
go.
there you are.
Baeridin,
Alright.
come here.
Wait
Just
a
blue
minute.
pie.
Let me
Baron.
just try one thing here.
Jonas.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Something must have been wrong with the selection that my mic was on, so I switched it off. I turned it off and on again without turning it off and on again.
These are called cherry tomatoes, but they're not cherries.
They don't taste anything like cherry.
No. And
What's
they
the
come
chance, Enkai,
in a
that this
bowl.
place will not be in flames in the time we return?
Well, I tipped off the owner, so I think we'll be okay. I think that we should try and go to the library. We'll just leave them here to have their pie.
Croutons?
Let's make it fast.
Yeah.
As you two are walking, Enkai, you see a familiar figure to you. It's another one of the pirates. She's someone that you've had a bit of friendly competition with a little bit. Not in the way of like frenemies and one-upping each other, but sort of just like well, I'll tell you a story. Well, I'll tell you a story, you know, kind of more, it's not like pride stuff tied to it, but she's an aquatic elf, black hair, and she's also from the region that you're originally from.
Is she a captain?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she's another captain. Ishka, I see you girl brought some interesting people with you this time, huh?
Where the seas take you.
Come on, I'll buy you a drink.
All right. Who am I with, Baron?
Yeah.
This is Baron Valdez.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet your acquaintance.
An interesting one.
He's a good.
How so?
You're not nearly as scarred as most of her crew.
She decided to freshen up on the consignment this time around.
Just be ready.
You should see my sword dancer.
And she does lead you both down.
Karen.
This sandwich was named after me. It's called a hero sandwich.
We're going to the Rusty Anchor with her?
Yeah. She leads down into the Rusty Anchor. And so this is a ship that's a little bit below the surface, if you will. It's up on its end, and so you're coming down towards the bottom of it. This one does have a fighting area in it. That's quite well used. There's lots of different dealings go on there. Fairly crowded, unexpectedly quiet. There just doesn't seem to be a fight going on right now. Both of you make perception checks for me, please.
23.
21.
Nice. So, Ishka, looking around, you don't see anybody who seems to be a threat. There's a couple of captains that are known, not full-on trouble, but they hold to the code only just. But they're not here. You feel pretty comfortable. Most of the pirates here follow the code, follow the rules pretty as well as you can for pirates. Right. Baron.
Mm-hmm.
You look towards the bar and you see someone, and it takes you a moment. There's a few more scars, but the cigarette dangling out of their mouth triggers a memory of a job once done with a large explosion.
Ooh.
Mind if I say goodbye to say hello to an old friend?
Go on.
I'll be on my best behavior. I promise I won't Gragnold this one.
Very well.
Which I'm trying to remember what the heck the name was.
Lemon.
Oh, I like that Gragnold is a verb.
Technically, I'm a proper noun, but
You can actually say one of my crew member. He's a verb.
Yeah.
So I slide down. I kind of wait to see, like, if when he goes to raise like his next cigarette to his lips or goes to raise his drink and something like that.
I thought they had a age limit to get into this place. Don't you look a little old to be in here?
Well, they do have an age limit, but I know a guy who knows a guy.
Well, of course you do, and here's a guy who knows a guy. How the hell have you been?
Baron, it has been a long time, my friend.
It has been very long. Keeping yourself into enough trouble, I guess?
Well, the seas have been fairly kind to me in a place such as this.
Traded your dry legs for sea ones then, huh?
I found a open market, might be a good way to put it.
Still have all the same store shift crew?
Well, I have lost track of the crew a bit. It's just me here, sadly to say.
Well, life got a little difficult for me after certain parts, but it's looking to turn around.
Please, have a seat. I would love nothing more than for you to join me.
Buy you a drink for old time's sake?
Well, yeah, I would enjoy that too. Although I believe in a place like this, the drinks are on me.
I will trade back and forth. Don't want any one of us getting the upper hand over the other, eh?
You do remember the old times very well.
So seriously, what have you been getting on with lately?
Well, pirates have a need to occasionally blow a hole in something or light something on fire. I find myself doing fairly well in a place like this.
Wow.
I've kept up a bit of a market. The nice thing about the pirate island is you've no need to keep anything quiet. People come and ask for my services. I've dropped most of the charade from here. It is all above board, as you say.
Well, you know, when you get to a certain age, you just don't have the energy to keep up all that fake this and fake that. You just got to be yourself, right?
Well, in a place like this, I can just say, here is all the explosives that you need in order for you to go around and rob that bank. It's much easier.
So I have to ask, did you hear anything from home?
I have heard news, but is mostly concerning. I have heard concerning things.
That's the kind of news that I want to hear about. If need be, I'll pay for it. I really need to know. You have no idea.
I can have something sent to you. At least the rumors that I have heard.
He leans forward.
Into your direction.
I thought you said it was a place where you didn't have to worry about talking about secrets.
Nah, you see, friend.
If you know, I need to know. You know?
It is not the secrets in a place like this that you get to hide. It is the things like your illegal activities that you can speak about out loud. What you ask about, friend, it is bigger than just a place like this.
How big? I can imagine things that are quite big. Immense, even. Earth-shattering, you might say.
Well, then you may be imagining in the right direction.
Come on, we're a little too old for this crap, don't you think? We've known each other too long. No riddles.
I do not mean to play with your mind. I do not mean to play with the conversation.
Well, then another drink, perhaps it will lubricate your throat.
Is enough of a public cafe? I will make sure you have the information you need.
Is there a cost attached?
For you, Baron? No.
No, for the guy sitting next to me, of course, Lamont.
Normally, yes, there would be a cost for my rumors, for my information. I do run a business after all.
Well, of course, and I support local business.
No. For you, you have done me one too many for me to charge you for something like this. No, it is on the house. Allow me this favor to you.
How can I possibly refuse such charity and kindness?
What brings you to a place like this?
Well, I've taken to a set of seafaring legs myself. Found some friends, making my way back home. It's kind of why I need to know.
The captain?
Yes, Captain Ishka is a wonderful captain. Fair yet firm, steadfast, direct of purpose. She runs a tight ship.
I see you have not run afoul of her reputation just yet.
What? Reputation?
You do not become a pirate captain by being nice to everybody. Just saying. Beware of who you sail with.
So perhaps there's something that maybe a little gold would be in order for. What do you think you know about my captain?
Only what I have heard through rumors.
Well, of course. What other trade is there?
Captain Ishka is highly feared among many of the captains.
I can understand why. I've swung many a blade beside her and shot many an arrow in her defense.
Well, I have never sailed on the ships against her, but I know that she has taken down more than one pirate ship. and more than one other ship, and has taken more people to death than to capture.
Enemies, I'm sure.
Well, call them what they will. You are a pirate. Anybody can be your enemy.
Guess I'm glad that temporarily I'm a pirate. I don't have to worry about long-term enemies, just long-term friends.
Maybe a little of both.
So how would this information make its way beyond your lips to my ears?
If you are staying on Captain Ishka's ship, I shall make sure that you have an envelope waiting for you by the time you return.
He reaches down into a pouch and pulls out 2 gold, palms it, slides it across the table, says,
just to make sure everything's kept nice and quiet, and if you get any leads on anything, please, don't leave anything out. I've only heard snippets, just whispers. The wind isn't even giving me anything these days. I need to know how my family is. If you know that, please, the quicker it gets to me, the better.
I would not leave anything out for you. Just be aware that what you play with is dangerous.
Do you mean the captain?
Want to see, the captain is just one captain. You play with forces that are much larger than that.
Starting to get a little worried that I'm being tracked or trailed at this point. You seem to know more about me than I obviously do of you.
It is a curse of being in a central location. But I did not know you were headed in this direction. It is a surprise to me to see you here, for sure.
Seems a strange twist of fate that we were to run into each other, wouldn't you think?
Oh, wait.
But, you know.
Perhaps it is a good twist of fate. And if you've need for explosives, you know that I am always handy for that.
And you always be found here.
Well, everyone must have an office.
I like your decorating. It's very nice.
They've done a very good job.
Apparently so have you. Sincerely, Lamont, I do appreciate the news. It means a lot to me. I don't think you understand how much it means.
I want to make sure that my sources are good. The information that you have may be rumor, but it will be as accurate as I can make it.
Rumor is better than the abyss.
Indeed. And you should stop back by again before you leave as well. I may have a gift or two to send along with you.
I shall make sure to do that. How long will you be on the island? Is this your permanent office space?
I have been here for some time now, several years. It has been good to me. I'll probably stick around for another year or so.
Okay. Well, then we shall share more memories, perhaps, and other drinks, and shame you haven't kept up with the old crew.
Yeah.
They're not dead, are they?
Not that I am aware of, but
good.
They have gotten into their own set of troubles.
And we all have. Part of the curse of getting old. Doesn't always make us wiser.
That is certainly not the case for the crew.
Go to do like one of those like kind of like bro handshakes where it starts like the whole clasping of the forearm and then just kind of like pull him into a big hug.
Nice. Meanwhile, across the bar, Enkai, you're sitting with this is Captain Nalu, as you know her, and you two get your drinks, and probably the first 5 minutes or so, the conversation is like the catch up, but also the one ups, and kind of coming to this natural point of just like, so where you be traveling to now?
Well, I'm heading to, I don't remember what Baron's place is called. Heading, let me see. Scroll up in my 1,000 pages of notes. We're traveling north. Heading north.
Sorry, here I'll...
It does say heading north. It just doesn't say And then I have the pirate names: Bearclaw, Iron Chest. I forgot about the pirate names.
Yes, you're heading into a bay that is in the south area of Gdania. That is the letter that Gragnold was given was to go, or not Gragnold, sorry, Baron was given to go into to meet his brother somewhere.
Gdania?
Mm-hmm.
Gdania.
Gydnia. Gdania.
We're heading to Gdania.
Rosa is where I'm from, apparently. I just remember that. All right.
Have you been there, Nalu?
It's been busy there. Be
Has
careful
it?
going there. Yes.
What have you heard?
Seen. With my own eyes. There's ships coming up there from the south flying the flags of the sun.
Ah, Palor.
They're being dicks.
What are they doing?
No one's been able to get close enough really to see. Been trying. But girl, we can't get close.
What? The ships aren't even letting... What? You can't even get through.
They've got magics.
Well, I mean, I have some magic users on my ship.
What have I got?
Interesting. Well, what are they doing there? Because Palor isn't usually in that area.
No. Suncloud's quite far.
Yeah.
Best I be figuring. They're offloading something. They go into the bay at night and come out again the next day. I don't know of any cargo in that area, though. We've been trying, but they got it guarded right good.
Even during the day. How many people you think are guarding?
Whew. Enough. If you come in from the bay, they can see you miles away, of course. None of us have been curious enough to give up our advantage of being at sea.
What do you mean?
Basically, like, yeah, they're pirates. They do better on the ocean. They don't want to go across land.
I mean, thank you for the information. That's where we're heading. There's no changing course at this point.
Well, if I were you, don't head right for the bay. If you're able to, are you able to cross land? Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Cross some land. There's, if you go to the south more into Le Mans, or sorry, that's the character. Lemony. There's a canal you can go up into. It'll bring you all the way up into Arosa. Up in there, some pathways and things you can take. Take you a couple of days to get across the land, but shouldn't be too bad.
Arosa. That was actually our final destination. So that's maybe
it might be better then.
Yeah, but now, what are the Palor doing? I feel like we need to know. No one keeps us from going where we need to go. They're stopping our ships from coming through. That's not right.
They're being right dicks. Yeah. I'll tell you, if you are wanting to bring a fight to them and organize us, you could probably have an armada at your will. But we need to know what we're fighting. Everyone's scared to go against people with magic. You're the only one among all of us with anything significant for magic.
You don't need to be afraid of magic. And if I had the support and the numbers of you, some others here, I would feel much better. Much safer.
Could be drummed up. Some of the people would be assholes, of course, but...
Well, with enough, I think between the two of us, we could get quite a few people behind us.
Sure. Queens of the island.
Yeah.
And you two drink for a while. And with it being almost midnight Eastern, I will wrap up right there.
Wow.
Pick up with everyone else's adventures on Turtle Island.
Baeridin, they don't put flavor all the way to the edge of this flat bread. What is the deal?
I just want to see like Dabney chasing Narren as she clearly is not going
Bread
to
has
stay
cheese in it.
That's right. They put a hot dog in that one.
Whoa.
Nice.
The edge bread.
Glad you were enjoying the
Let's
buffet.
go back over to chat and say hello and good night to everyone.
Those of you who stuck
I
with
saw the
us.
feeling.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sticking around. Songs of
you.
Healing, you came in right at the end.
Yes, songs of healing.
Oh my goodness. Thank you all so much for
Sticking around for Turtle Island.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Here on
Yeah.
Turtle Island.
Oh,
it is a fun place. I have a lot of fun thinking about like how it's the society would be and everything there.
the Star Buccaneers.
The Starbucks. Well, and honestly, like with coming up with it, I was thinking, I was like, oh, of course Lemon would get pulled there. Like at some point he probably got into some legal trouble and the pirates would have figured out like, here's a guy that could be really helpful to us and we can get him out of a spot of trouble.
I love that idea. Yes, absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like his accent.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Well,
wonderful.
Good. So good.
yeah. So great.
So good.
Oh my gosh. Thank you all so much for my wonderful
Thank you all. It was
players.
great.
Amazing. We will
Thank
be back
you.
with this game in 2 weeks. Next week, it's going to be something. It's going to be a game. We're going
it's
to roll
gonna
some
be
dice.
so cool.
It's going to be a mess. It'll be entertaining. We are going to try and break D&D. I think it will happen in the first 5 minutes of the game, but we'll see.
Then you just have to plow forward with the broken game at that point.
Oh, I can't. I'm just going to see what happens. Uh-oh.
What happened?
Our videos got
my
moved around
computer
somehow.
crashed.
What?
we reshuffled.
Oh,
We
no.
reshuffled.
Oh,
We have
I'm
new
out
names
of
at the
my job.
very end.
Oh, you are
Uh-huh.
mean.
Sorry.
What? What?
Ah,
Hey.
There we go again.
Wow.
what's going
Oh,
on?
Gragnold.
Adam
Oh,
went
gosh.
away.
Sorry, my computer crashed right at the end. And
playing roulette.
I
We are-
actually lost one of my displays as well.
Oh no.
Now I'm
Come on.
Dr. B. I can't do a good Dr. B impression. Take me
You
back
need more
to
vests.
Baeridin. I do.
Actually, now I'm really curious to hear your Dr. B impression.
Oh, I
You
don't.
just have to do this.
I just have to talk like Frasier and have like a big.
Raise one eyebrow.
I can't do that.
I did want to say one thing I forgot to say at the top of everything is that on the 9th of this month is will mark 11 years that the Bodana Group has been in operation.
Wow.
Our
Yeah.
11th
years. That's
year
amazing.
anniversary. Yep.
That's cool.
So thank you for everyone who's been a part of it and will continue to be, which includes all of you and everyone out there. So
That's amazing.
Oh, so
Congratulations.
amazing.
Here's 2009. Is that right, Jack?
Yep, officially incorporated
Oh.
on May
Wow.
9th, 09.
It's impressive.
Very nice.
Thank you.
All right.
2009.
I remember I was just doing my internship. All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much. There's lots of content this week on the Geeks Like Us channel. We've got Lore du Jour tomorrow. Hey, Listen Games on Wednesday. Thumpins on Thursday. The
Nice.
Social Gamer on Friday. And Psych Games, I think, on Saturday. And we also are recording and releasing Braid Noodles this week. So there's all kinds of things coming.
All the things.
Wonderful.
All the things.
Hot diggity.
Everyone, take care, and we will see you soon.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you so
much, everyone.
John.